Yo, 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 yo! What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? Hope everyone's doing good tonight. Hope everyone's having a good night tonight. It is the 10th of August, right? Yes. Just making sure I'm not mixing up the days. But this is a Q&A for today. This isn't... unfortunately, we couldn't have the podcast tonight. I didn't know until last second when I got on. Tom rescheduled the other day, and then his work got in the way today, so he will not be on the show today. So it's not it's just a podcast by myself today, about to answer everybody's questions about training camp, any questions you guys have, to my full knowledge, and we can obviously talk about things if you guys want. So a couple of days and we have Eagles preseason, and yeah, we're ready to go. It's already that time. We're going to get these preseason games started. I don't think I don't even think the starters are even going to be playing, guys. Nick has already said that because of the Browns practice Monday and Tuesday, 5 p.m. practices, which are ridiculous, just for at least content creating, because it just takes too much into the later part of the day. A little bit of a pain, but we deal with it. We manage as we go on. So I'm here to answer anybody's questions regarding training camp. Let's just have fun tonight. That's it. We're going to have some fun tonight. So if anyone's jumping in the stream right now, Tom couldn't make it. Tom had to reschedule from yesterday, and then we were supposed to do it at 7 today and then 9 today. And unfortunately, his work got in the way today, and we could not do the podcast. So I decided to change it up, and I was going to really live stream anyway because I really want to talk Eagles. Making these videos every day, and going through the whole thing. I want to say hi to everybody that's in the chat. We got Sue, we got Steve Rays, we got Christian Virus. What's going on, man? We got Nady Banks. What's going on? Sue says 2 more days till we see our dogs. Chris Scott. James Odell, Logan Motorsports, what's going on, man? Jim, we got Maxton Serwinski. Hopefully I said that right. Patrick Laird Jr., what's going on, dude? We got Bloody Shot. What's going on, dude? I would like watching your videos in the morning. I think I've seen your comment before a few times. There's been a few people that really enjoy the content when people are on their way to work. It really depends when I really upload the videos. So I don't know what's going on with the Eagles for tomorrow. Are the Eagles in an actual are the Eagles in walkthrough tomorrow, or do they actually have a practice? I mean, I would think they're in walkthrough, right? Because they have a game on Saturday. They have to travel, and they got to travel to Baltimore, right? That's what I'm saying. Steve says, super excited for the second and third stringers, etc. See what they got. Yeah, I'm excited to see the backup corner spot, Josh Jobe, to see really some of, what else, I think when it comes to you can't sit everybody on Saturday. I don't even think the starters are really going to be playing, to be honest with you. I really don't. I honestly don't think they're going to be playing a lot. They might not even play at all. I don't even think they'll have a series like Nick. What's affecting Nick's decision is really Monday and Tuesday, because we have joint practice with the Browns Monday and Tuesday at 5 p.m. So to play them in the game on Saturday with only 1 day of rest and then 2 joint practices, it's going to be a lot on the guys. So I don't even think we'll even see Jalen Hurts play. There's no really sense of him even playing, to be honest with you. Yeah, to get reps is fine, but for Jalen Hurts and some of these vets to play makes absolutely no sense because there's 2 more preseason games anyway after this Saturday, and Nick values Nick values joint practices with other teams than really preseason. Preseason is really like an audition for players that might not make the roster, but still there's going to be a good amount of things to really look at with the back end of our roster too. I want to see the cornerback spot. Like I said, I want to see Ringo. I want to see Job. Job has been having a fantastic camp. I want to see Keely Ringo. You know, I want to see what we're looking at with Sidney Brown at safety right now, moving up the depth chart a little bit. Kevon Wallace is really showing out in the last year of his contract right now, which is kind of crazy. You know, so linebacker is interesting. Is Miles Jack going to get reps? Zach Cunningham, they've really taken over the first 2 spots. I feel like they're flipping over a lot of, with linebacker at least. I think Nicholas Morrow is dropping down. I feel like Miles Jack is really showing out. Zach Cunningham showing out. I think there's some good things here. Nakobe Dean is officially back, which is a great thing. So I really can't complain. No stars have been working for us for the most part. Willis Jackson says, my Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown, Kelly Green jerseys arrived yesterday. Now waiting on my Hurts to arrive. Dude, you spent a lot of money, man. And you know what? It was all worth it in the end. You know what I mean? Kelly Greens are, yeah. For the people that are coming in late, Tom couldn't make it. So it's not going to be. So it was supposed to be yesterday. Then it was supposed to be today. And then we're supposed to have something to, at 9. And he messaged me just before and said that his work is just out of control right now with his job. So I am here. And just to talk about anything, Q&A with you guys, talk about training camp, anything. We have a preseason game in a couple of days. So that's what's going on with Tom right now and everything. So they say, yo, Joey, yeah, I don't think I see stars Saturday night. Hopefully some Cunningham and Miles Jack. Also excited to watch Nada. Yeah, Nada is an interesting one. He's been the best undrafted free agent wide receiver that's really been showing out. I mean, he really has been showing out. I mean, guys like, Charleston Rambo left with an injury settlement. Nothing really from Jaden Hazelwood too much. I know he signed the Jaquan Payton. That's another guy that we did sign. The new Johnny King, which he's actually caught a few passes with the first team already. I mean, he's more of a bigger receiver, or at least a really tall receiver. Runs a 4.4, pretty good. We'll see how that translates. But, yeah, Nada looks really good, I feel like. And that's the guy the Eagles gave a lot of undrafted free agent money. He's the highest player that they paid. They've been looking for that biggish type wide receiver. Like, I don't know if they're just looking for like an A.J. Brown lookalike or something, but he's been showing out like crazy. So pretty cool. I like to see like just names out of nowhere pop up. I didn't think his name would have done too much. I mean, the Eagles paid Mario Goodrich last year a lot of money and didn't really do much of anything. Or maybe that was 2 years ago. Maybe that wasn't last year. I'm Jim says Joey is my go-to every day. I appreciate it so much, man. Suo says I listen on the way to work. Vids come out in perfect time. Hey, if it works out for you, I am happy. Philly, what's going on, dude? I hope you're having a good day. Brian says, what up, peeps? New stream. Joey is the GOAT. No, I'm not the GOAT. I'm just a fan that makes videos, and that's it. Trust me. There's nothing special about me, dude. Nothing special. Patrick Lair says, I want to see how the corners do. Yeah, I'm actually really excited. Like, especially Josh Jobe has really been just having a really good camp. Just fantastic. It's been physical. The coverage has been good. Even Mekhi Gardner is another cornerback, really good. Has been flying around, been one of the most physical players of camp, especially at the cornerback position. Keely Ringo's had really good tight coverage, and apparently the Eagles think he's supposed to be like the replacement for Big Play Slay. So there's really a lot to a lot to dive into, really. So it says, what do you think? Who do you think gets sacked, Nolan or Carter? I'm saying Nolan. To be honest with you, I'd probably agree. Nolan Smith wants to play in this game Saturday so bad. He wants to get pads on. He wants to hit somebody. He's been waiting for this moment. I love, and I'm on the train of, letting him play off the ball linebacker, let him be an outside linebacker if he wants to, and Desai really moving a lot of these guys around. I know they've been using Sweat in that role, and he's been actually doing well. Nolan Smith just has more to bring to the table. I understand he's a rookie, and you probably want him to focus on one position as a rookie, but to be honest with you, like, I think he's smart enough to know more than one position, and obviously he's played off the ball linebacker before at Georgia, so I have no issue with it. With Nolan Smith, the more he knows, the more. I think he's going to have a pretty good year. Got a feeling he's going to have a fantastic year with the Eagles and how they're going to use him. Jim says I stopped watching Good Morning Football. I mean, that's still a good show. Brian says can't wait to see they rotate safety. Yeah, we're going to find out. Dante says they were reporting that Job and Ringo are looking like clear backups for outside corner. Yeah, I think theoretically they will keep 6. I think 6. So you got Bradbury, Slay, Maddox. And obviously Maddox is a big one here because McPherson, I think, has been shown out that nickel spot. I think it's going to be McPherson, Job, and Ringo. I think those are going to be your 3. But I think Mekhi Gardner now is starting to really make it a tough decision. I think Gardner, I don't know if it's Mekhi Gardner or Mekhi Gardner. I always mess up his name. I mess up a lot of names like, Alamati Zacchaeus. I'm going to say that wrong all the time, and it's very few times I say it right at times, which is kind of nuts. Steve says, I'm worried that more linebacker and safety groups. I hope Nakobe is there. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I can't get too overhyped over Nakobe Dean right now because there's just not enough on the table for me to say that he's going to be, in fact, like, our linebacker for years to come. Like, I got to see this defense. I have to see Sean Desai and how he moves these guys around. Yeah, I understand. I wasn't a big, TJ Edwards was a solid player. Kaiser White kind of fell off, and I really wanted Nakobe Dean to get more snaps last year instead of just playing special teams and going in on games where we were up by a few touchdowns. I felt like, I don't know. I feel like he should have had more opportunity last year. He was a sponge in the room at Nick Rallis last year, but I feel like he should have had just more opportunity in the room. And unfortunately, yeah, it just didn't happen. He hasn't played a full quarter. Maybe a full quarter, maybe that, maybe even that. He hasn't played half a game. He hasn't played a full game. So we got to see. And now he's just coming off an ankle injury right now. So maybe that's a little alarming. I don't know. Bryce says, what's up? What's going on, Bryce? Let me move down a little bit here. Yo, Eagles Uncensored, what's going on, man? I hope you're feeling better, dude. I hope everything's going well, man. Hope everything's going well. But just stuck off work. Joey stuck in traffic. Your live stream keeps me all well entertained. Yeah. Trust me. I know the traffic can be kind of nuts, so I get it. Swole. Pause. We got Simon Mesler says Eli Ricks. Yeah, I haven't heard much except for like a one play, unless there's a lot more that I don't know about. But I really haven't seen much. And that's a guy that didn't give up a touchdown for Alabama last year. I mean, he was a what? Wasn't he an LSU transfer? I thought he was. No, he wasn't. I don't know if he was. No, I don't think so. I might be switching guys up. But he dealt with a lot of injuries in college, and that's one of his main reasons why he went down. He didn't go, he went undrafted. So hoping to see more from him going forward, but so it's a long road. So someone says, and what up, my brother? He at work. Yeah, Tom is at work right now. He couldn't join the stream today. It was unfortunate because I was really excited about tonight, but I can't, it is what it is, It's life sometimes. Jim says, can I get a hell yeah, fly, let's fly? Hell yeah. Let's do it up. That one in these says Nolan Smith will play better than Carter. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I feel like I think they'll both play at a high level. Like Jalen Carter is just unstoppable. Do you see that during practice? Like these guards have to really plan against him of how to take him on because Jalen Carter is very good against double teams. Jalen Carter holds his ground and he is just menacing. Very disruptive in the backfield. He's been doing that all camp. Fletch is like, no rookie is doing this right now. He doesn't look like a rookie. No rookie is doing what Jalen Carter is doing right now, which is kind of nuts. Chris says starters most likely play a drive at best. Chris, I don't even think they even do that because if Nick is all worried about Monday and Tuesday going against the Browns for joint practices, they're probably not going to play at all. Kelsey's not playing. Okay, Kelsey's not playing. The veterans aren't playing. Graham ain't playing. The big vets, the older vets are not playing tomorrow. Saturday. We all know this. Definitely not. So, someone says, Steam really saved me while I'm here. Thank you again. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's Simon. I appreciate it so much, man. I appreciate you tuning in. Nate Banks 03 says, what's your thoughts on Trey Sermon, Joe? I'd like to see him play good, but there's limited roster spots available. He's the guy that really got to show out. Yeah, so I'm gonna go on Twitter real quick because there was something that I was gonna make a video on regarding the running back position in general, because I don't think they're keeping 5 running backs. I mean, they'd be crazy to do that, right? They'd be crazy. So here's I got to read this because this is interesting. So this is from Elliott Shore Parks, which it's probably one of the lesser beat writers I like to hear from, but these are statistics that really do make sense. So it says, some thoughts and stats on the Eagles running backs. It says Kenneth Gainwell has the most touches among running backs in camp by far, 40 touches. He also has by far the most carries with the first team offense with 21. Nobody else has more than 11 carries. Gainwell has also 11 catches, which is second most. He might be running back 1. And that's interesting. Swift has really become less involved at camp that has gone on. He has 13 total carries, which is last among the top 5 running backs. His work is almost in the passing game where he has 12 catches. He might be strictly a third down running back. Penny is the hardest to read on. He has the most carries with the third team offense among the top 5 running backs. He has the second fewest with the first team offense, but he has the second most touching overall. Why aren't they getting him more reps with the ones? He is not involved really in the passing game. He is either such a lock, they don't care, or truly on the roster bubble. And then Trey Sermon isn't treated like a running back that is going to be cut. He gets as much first team work as Penny. He has more carries and catches than Scott and Penny. The Eagles have him under a contract for 2 years as opposed to 1 for Penny. Could be the difference. I mean, are we really going to say right now that DeAndre Swift is going to be a third down running back? Like, you traded for him and literally got him for free. And he is what, a $1.7, $1.8 million cap hit for the year. And you're telling me right now that Swift is just going to be used on third downs and Kenneth Gainwell is the better back? I mean, that's ridiculous. I think that's ridiculous. I mean, I know Nick likes DeAndre Swift in the passing game, which we want to get these running backs involved in the passing game. There's no doubt about it. But you're saying that Sermon is getting as good reps as Scott and Gainwell, and Swift is they only ran with Swift 12 times throughout the whole entire training camp and have passed to him a lot more. And Kenny G is going to be the lead back. How do you guys feel about that? That's a little alarming. I mean, it's not bad. Like, I think Kenneth Gainwell is great, but is Kenneth Gamer really the better talent? I don't know. I mean, I think the whole group is great, but so to answer your question, I think Trey Sermon's had a strong camp. I think he's only had like 1 fumble during training camp. So, I don't know. What's going on, Joe? What's going on? Joe says, what happened with Barnett? Apparently, he got cheap-shotted by Landon Dickerson on a block. He fell down. After the whistle was blown, after the play, Barnett went and cheap shot him in the back, or pushed him in the back or something. I got attacked yesterday because of this whole situation on Barnett. And I don't even care what anybody has to say about it because you know how I am, guys. Like, I appreciate everybody's opinions, but I'm going to say what I got to say at the end of the day. Okay? You have to learn how to compose yourself because you know how many times you get cheap. You know how many times these defensive linemen get cheap shotted all the time and refs don't see it? This happens all the time in every game that's played in the NFL. But after the whistle is where I have the problem. This is the problem I'm having with Derek Barnett going forward. You know, it was already it was already, I was already pissed off last year when they signed him to a 2-year deal. Trust me, that was the worst move they did. But I understand why they did it. They did it because of depth. They did it because they wanted that depth. I understand. Barnett hasn't done shit since really 2017. He had an okay 2018, and then he just couldn't stay on his own 2 feet because of injury. So it's been up and down, but I just don't fucking like this guy at all. I really don't. I try to, and then I always forget that he's on this team. And then every time we hear about him, and I know Nick's fed up as well with this because he's using this little fight altercation as a teaching point. Because when does this team really fight during camp? Really never. Sometimes fights are good. Sometimes fights are bad. It really depends on the team. It depends on the culture. It depends on how it's reacted within the organization. It just depends. But it's just really annoying. So that's all I got to say, man. That's all I got to say. William says, bang, Joey, how's it going? How's family? How's workouts going? I'm doing good, man. Yeah, I had to take a couple of days off of working out. I just worked out this morning, and I felt really good. So I'm still down. If I don't work out for a day, I go out of my mind. So let's see. Donnie Plus says, you do remember in undrafted free agent reviewers that were great. I'm sure there's some right. Yeah, I feel like we might have something here. I feel like the Eagles have been looking. The Eagles have been bringing in receiver after receiver after receiver after receiver after receiver. It's been nuts. They've been bringing in receivers like crazy. They're always bringing in another receiver. Like they're looking for another receiver. If you want to ask me right now what the Eagles need position wise, they need punt return, they need kick return, they need punter. Okay, another receiver and a safety. Maybe a safety. We'll see. And I think that's really it. Eagles says, to be honest, bro, people need to stop being biased and have to realize there's something to be, there's going to be some people we think highly who can't meet a standard, and that's okay, but let's see first before we stand. Yeah, no, I totally get that because look, how many players, answer me, who was that defensive lineman we had like a few years ago? Remember that defensive lineman that was like really good during Eagles training camp? He was getting all these sacks. He had such a great preseason. It was a few maybe years ago, maybe a little bit more than that. And he was a really good player, and he did absolutely nothing. And he made the roster and did nothing in the rotation for the Eagles defensive line. Okay, we've had those camp standouts. Like Christian Ellis has been a camp standout, but as soon as they signed Miles Jack, as soon as they signed Zach Cunningham, Miles Jack started on the first team 2 times in 2 days. Oh, not really 2 times in 2 days. People were saying he started the first day, but he really was on third team, and then they switched him to first team. And then Zach Cunningham's really been on the second team, and then Christian Ellis. Not saying Christian Ellis is getting faded out. I think they're switching linebackers like infinitely. I think they're just doing it all the time. I think Nicholas Morrow hasn't been doing well. I think Nicholas Morrow has been going down the depth chart. I think Christian Ellis is still up there, but seems like he was faded out a little bit. And they just want to try guys. Like I said, it's very early still, so I'm not making a huge deal about it, but you know how I am. John says, John Miller, so he said, you think Megan could be the team as a safety? We can get him rid of Kavon Wallace. Yeah, and here's another thing. I don't know if they're getting rid of Kavon Wallace. He's the only consistent safety that has been playing literally throughout OTAs and training camp has been Reed Blankenship. Reed Blankenship, we might have found something here because he has really never been switched out. He has been with the first team defense at safety pretty much in the lineup since the first day of training camp, or even really back to OTAs. He's been in the lineup. So we might have something there. As much as I'm not a big fan of the coverage of Reed Blankenship, I think he's a nice contact safety. I think his tackling is A+. I think he plays really well. For the small sample size he did get last year, it was pretty good. But Mekhi Garner is interesting too because he has cross-trained from corner to safety, being a versatile player, flying around, being probably one of the most physical DBs we actually have in the room. I think he's the one that actually got Rambo hurt and released pretty much because on that hit that he had. He's had a few good hits in camp. So I think Mekhi Garner is actually making the Eagles think a lot more about this corner position. It's making it a lot harder. Greedy Williams has been not very great at all. Greedy Williams has been hasn't been good. Hasn't been good. Sorry, I don't know why the super chat's not popping up. That's weird. So I think there's a lot of good competition all around. Jordan says with the super chat, he says, "Do you think Gardner could make it as a safety?" Oh yeah. Yes, I do. I don't know what his coverage is like, but I'm hearing it's not bad at times. So I'd give it more time, but we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. Appreciate the super chat, by the way. So Robert says, I think if DeAndre Swift will give us more options, especially as a pass catcher, something Sanders really didn't give, different looks on offense, going to be fun to watch. Now, when it comes to Swift, he's got great vision. I think when it comes to a lot of running backs in the league, I think Swift has like the best vision. Really, when I really think about it, I don't think they trusted Miles Sanders at all. I don't think so. When you think about it, like, you can't. I mean, you can't replace Miles Sanders. What you can't? I think people got all the 1,000 yards from Miles Sanders stuck in everybody's head. The guy only had one good rookie year, and the guy had a good last year on his deal, and that's just the truth. He had 2 really good years, but that's really it. I mean, the 2 middle years that he had issues with fumbles, he had issues with drops, and he definitely had a big injury issue as well. But you got to realize something, guys. This offensive line is very good. Okay, I'm not saying you put anybody behind there, but if you put a mid-tier player, not even a mid-tier player back there, they could do pretty well. I think you have a better back in DeAndre Swift, if healthy. Especially Rashad Penny, if healthy, has lost weight, is down to almost 225. He was 235 to 237 when he was with Seattle. He feels lighter on his feet. The health department for the Eagles have really been taking care of him. So a lot of good things take out of it. But I think we're all going to forget about Miles Sanders very easily. They need a blocking receiver. They might get a blocking receiver out of Joseph Nada from Clemson, the undrafted free agent wide receiver, because he might be taking the Pascal role this year, probably. Elaine Ostrander says, what are they doing about our safety position? I honestly, I don't know. I mean, we heard the rumors a week and a half ago that Howie Roseman is looking significantly for a trade that is kind of similar to the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson trade, a high caliber safety. We'll find out if the Eagles are trying to trade for somebody, but I feel like they are looking for one and kind of, waiting, having this wait and see approach with this safety spot. But especially Kevon Wallace is playing good. Reed Blankenship has been having an excellent camp. You know what I mean? So, Sidney Brown is moving up. I think there's going to be a chance where Sidney Brown is going to make a lot of noise by the end of training camp, and it might become a starter. I don't know. Kevon Wallace is going into the last year of his contract right now, and we'll find out a lot more if that's the case. Dan Kelly Green says, I keep Morrow for the veteran presence, and he could help on special teams. Yeah, I mean, if they could fit him on special teams, great. But as a linebacker, I don't think he's the best guy we have. I don't think he's one of the best guys we have. He might be going down the depth chart a lot more, because I feel like Ellis is right there. I feel like it's going to be Nakobe Dean. I feel like Ellis is there. Miles Jack, I don't think we can underestimate him. I think the Eagles can really revive his career. I mean, the guy after leaving Pittsburgh last year on a 1-year deal was literally going to, he was going to go into trade school and be a plumber or an electrician. I mean, that's how, when you start getting, some players think when you start getting those 1-year deals, teams are barely wanting you. You're moving from place to place, that your career is going downhill. Not for everybody. Sometimes there's a lot of players that are very successful. They got 1-year deals, like Yankton Ngakoue was one guy. Gets 1 year, and he's averaging 6 to 8, 6 to 9 sacks a season, which is kind of nuts. You know what I mean? Nate says, really surprised Josh Jobe. Did not think was going to win corner 3 battle, but looks like he's the favorite. That's great news with Eagles are competitively looking for a number 3 corner. Yeah. I mean, we have to develop this room because, you only have Slay for this year and next year. Bradbury just got an extension for another 3 years. So you really have to find a nice duo for the better, end of the future. When you start, when Slay is getting older now, still playing at a high level, but there's going to be a time where the Eagles are not going to re-sign him. They're not going to put much money into him, especially if he's playing well. And, on the edge part of his career, and you got to find what you have in that back room. Keely Ringo's another one that, the Eagles think that he could be that the Eagles think that Keely Ringo could be the replacement for big play Slay. I'm not going to go that far and say that's the case because, still he's a rookie right now. So I think we got to steal. Before the draft for the 4th round happened, we literally moved up before the draft happened, and we already knew that it was Ringo going to be on this roster. And it was one of the best moves we made, to be honest. We got Kazahana 877 member for 14 months, and thank you so much for being a member. Says Derek Barnett's IQ test results were negative. I think I've seen this. I think I saw this comment on the Derek Barnett video. People were actually laughing at the thumbnail because I was like, "Yeah, I don't like Derek Barnett at all." Michael Goldberg, what's going on, man? I hope you're having a great day, dude. Suo says, I wonder if we're going to run a lot of screens with Swift. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think Alameda Zacchaeus, I think they're going to be using him for screen passes. I'm not really a big fan of the whole Devontae Smith, screen pass game. I'm not interested in it. I don't know. I didn't like the Devontae Smith screen pass game. I mean, Devontae Smith, he's got to have some open space. And I feel Devontae Smith gets a hand on him. He's on the ground. He's not the biggest receiver. You know what I mean? He's quick, but the screen passes were really big cop-out plays that we did last year. Sometimes they work, sometimes they did it. I know we did it with Quez. We've done it with Devontae Smith. We, did it with a few guys. So it says halfbacks are a dime a dozen in Philly is running by committee. We are normally always that way. Other than McCoy, even Westbrook had Mitchell and Deuce. So I'm used. Yeah, I mean, that's why, I don't care. Saquon Barkley crumbled and, had to sign this, didn't want to sign a franchise tag. So he's playing a little bit above a franchise tag, not much. Why do you think Dalvin Cook's not signed yet? No running back is getting $16 million a year. I don't care. We could have paid Miles Sanders $6 million a year. We could have done it. We could have done it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Could have had it done. Dang says Brian Johnson uses motion a lot, like the run zone read and getting guys out in space. Rockout 2X says, I hope our future secondary with Mekhi Garner, CB1, Eli Ricks, cornerback 2, Ringo, strong safety, Sidney Brown, free safety. Yeah, I mean, that'd be great. I hope Mekhi Garner really just screws up the Eagles' thought process. The more tough decisions they have to make at that position, the better we're going to be at the end of the day. We might see a player that leaves that we really like. Last year it was like Deion Kane was, and now he's been hurt for 5 days of training camp with an ankle injury, still out. Hasn't really done much of anything. Devin Allen just came back. Nakobe Dean just came back. Hassan Reddick is back. You know what I mean? So, the more competition we have, the more I love seeing those underdog, roster names that just come out of nowhere. Josh Jobe, just out of nowhere. You saw what he did last year, the physicality he had in that Giants game where he laid that receiver out. That was one of the best moments from Josh Jobe. I have just icing on the cake, already putting double-digit points on the Giants already. You know what I mean? It was great. It was great. Jonas says, I wonder if Howie's still shopping for safety. I think he is, yes. You can't you really can't put it past Howie that he's not out there looking. I mean, you lose one player, you sign two. Same as last year. You lost Jordan Davis, you signed Adamakin Sue, you signed Linval Joseph, and then you go into this year, and Nakobe Dean's out with an ankle injury, and they signed 2 veteran linebackers. Boom, boom, done. The 2-for-1 special. One guy gets injured, one guy's out for some specific amount of time. He gets 2 players automatically. Makes me feel really good about myself going into it. Dan Kelly Green says, to me, it's kind of hard to tell how good a linebacker could be without. Yeah, I know. Once we face another team in another jersey, once we go over, obviously, after Saturday, we might get a little instant of who's doing well at linebacker, who's, doing a good job. You know what I mean? But don't expect the stars to even play. There's going to be a lot of stars that don't play. I don't even think Jalen Hurts will even play a snap on Saturday. I don't. Because Nick is already thinking we're having 2 practices on Monday and Tuesday against the Browns, joint practices. And, yeah, there's going to be a lot of film, a lot of tape, a lot of film on matchups. And it's going to be interesting. Who's struggling, who's not. We're going to find out what these guys are made of next week, What's going on, Tori? What's going on? Lane says, thanks, Joey, for the update. I've been out the loop for it's all good. It's all good. That's why I'm here. I'm here just to put content out and just do my thing, Dank says Jobe and Ringo will be a nice corner duo. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what we have. Dungan Wright says, I don't want Jalen running as much and get hurt. Yeah, Do I think they're going to run less with Jalen Hurts? Maybe a little bit. Do I think they're going to stop running with Jalen Hurts? Definitely not. You paid this man money to use his tools from what he knows and what his skill set is to win football games, and they're not stopping him from running. Yes, they can't overuse it. I mean, I thought even the Bears game last year was an eye-opener because we knew that he was getting hurt way too much. When you sense that your quarterback's getting hurt way too much, he's not protecting his body, and he's trying to be a hero, it's really not his fault. That's just a play that's dialed up for him and how the matchup looks like on those read options, on those RPOs. So Hurts has obviously, his own decisions, and at times they want to run those QB sneaks, which I don't mind either. But I think he's got a lot of running backs now that are going to take a lot of pressure off him. So we will see. Mark says Barnett is trash. Can't wait for that bum to get cut. I don't know, dude. I really hope we're not going to get screwed on drives. If he starts killing drives, it's going to be a problem. Big problem. Joseph says Swift will open up Goddard up for the tight end screen. Yeah, I mean, they were lining up Swift and Goddard on the outside. Like, they were moving him around like a wide receiver. Like, that's what you get out of Swift. And you're telling me they're only going to use him as a third down back? He's got so much more talent than just using him as a third down back. It's kind of ridiculous. But that's just me. Sydney says better go get to see Trey Sermon this weekend. Yeah, we're probably going to see a lot of him this weekend. Probably, yeah. I don't doubt it. Robert said, I know we have a lot of bodies at safety, but still hoping for Antoine Winfield trade. He's on the last year of his contract. I think safety is weak, not a whole, but weak. Yeah, I mean, I think it's uncertain. I think there's a lot of bodies being moved around. I think just Desai, as well as he was doing at linebacker right now, I think he's just moving guys, seeing what they can do. That's what I like about Sean Desai. He doesn't play favorites. He literally wants to find the strengths and weaknesses of every player on this roster, and then giving everyone a fair shot, fair opportunity, because to him, there's no first team, there's no second team, there's no third team. He is giving everybody a fair opportunity to win a spot. Okay, nothing's guaranteed, which is good, So I like his philosophy of he's got a big philosophy on competition, which I really do like. So Barron says, look at like Jurgens is running away with the right guard spot. Yes, there's no doubt. They were moving and then when Kelsey wasn't practicing, they were moving Jurgens to center, Tylersteen to right guard, and they had Jack Driscoll at right tackle, which I think he's more of a right guard than a right tackle. I don't really like Driscoll at right tackle anymore. I don't really know what happened because I thought Driscoll was a very good backup right tackle when Lane got hurt Driscoll's first year being here. Yeah, I think you have the most versatile group of offensive linemen. I mean, that's what Coach Dallin said the same thing. He said, if you're not a starter as an offensive lineman in the league, you have to know multiple positions, being in my offensive line room. And, that's every player in this offensive line room can play multiple positions in case anything happens. It's been pretty good. You know what I mean? So I've had no issue. I think Tyler Steen is catching up. I feel like he's getting a lot of attention right now. And I just feel like Jurgens just has a lot more under his belt than Tyler Steen because, number one, Jurgens is in his second year. He's already had an offseason with the Philadelphia Eagles. He's done a whole program. He's been, he's gotten playing time. So he's got a lot under his belt right now. But I think Jurgens can cross-train from center to guard, so that's a great thing. Just in case Kelsey needs a breather or something happens, you always have Jurgens to get in there and do his thing. Time 5 said, what up, Joey? Hope you're doing well. I wanted to ask you how you feel about our nickel corner depth. Maddox is made of glass, so we need to upgrade before it bites us. Yeah, I think Zach McPherson has been a guy that's been rolling in that spot as well. I know they've been moving Terrell Edmonds down in the slot, nickel spot a little bit here and there. They've been doing a few things with him, but I think Zach McPherson has been like the top guy. Zach McPherson and Josiah Scott, which I don't know how Josiah Scott is better than anybody else on this roster because I don't know. I don't want to get into another Josiah Scott. I don't want to get into another Josiah Scott issue right now. You know what I mean? From McClellan said, I heard Barnett has been having a good camp. Yeah, I mean, I think he's had a good camp. I mean, besides, I haven't heard his name a million times. I mean, he was a starter today on the opposite side of Reddick, but I think, like I said, they're moving a lot of guys at linebacker. I think they're moving a lot of guys at safety. I think they're moving a lot of guys at defensive end because of obviously what they want those off the ball linebackers, see how they do in coverage. Desai and his, evaluation, that's what comes into effect. So, Just don't want this guy. I just don't want this guy being having a drive, just having drive killers every time. It's really annoying. We got a super chat from Sydney family. Thank you so much, man. It says Steen's been moved to tackle with Josh Sills returning, looking good. Yeah, Josh Sills, was playing both guard spots, which is good. Dennis Kelly was the backup left tackle. Dennis Kelly can play both tackle spots, has played guard as well. I mean, all these guys have been, I think they have. I'm not even saying if they just can play multiple positions, but can you play multiple positions well? That's the big question with the offensive line going forward. But I think Tyler Steen, what is Tyler Steen's future for this team going forward? It's not going to be on the left side of the line, most likely not with Mulata and Dickerson there. But I feel like Tyler Steen could be the future right guard or right tackle when Lane Johnson retires in a couple of years, if that's the case. And, when Kelsey retires, someone's going to have to take that right guard spot. And I think Tyler Steen might be a right guard before he's a right tackle. He might never be a right tackle. Who knows? But offensive line's looking good. Depth is looking perfect right now. Trevor Reed was released, the undrafted free agent from Louisville, too. He was another guy I really did like. He had over 300 pass blocking attempts last year in Louisville, only gave up 3 sacks. I thought he would have been a guy that was going to make this roster. And, Jeff Stout was really going to mold him really well. But unfortunately, some things do happen when you get other players and you have to let go of players. So I get it. We got Danny Plus says maybe Kevon Wallace finally makes his bones. Yeah, I mean, if he has a lights out year this year, do you think Kevon Wallace gets re-signed? I honestly think we need a safety of the future. Okay, I honestly know they need to find that guy. I hope it's Sidney Brown. I think Reed is definitely one of those guys that might be here for the rest of his career. Who knows? I mean, I'm picking straws right now. You know what I mean? I'm picking straws with it right now. So, Joe says we are going to miss the O lineman let go. Nate says there were teams trying to hurt our guys last year. Indiana alligator ankle roll, and the refs were blind. Hurts was clean hit, but 263-pound defensive end around top of that shoulder shit happened. Yeah, it's gonna happen. So you can't retaliate because it's really screwed up in the NFL because someone causes like a push, they don't get flagged. Usually the person that retaliates now is the one that gets flagged, which is so freaking stupid. I just can't stand it. Then says, does Kelly have a chance? He is nice vet from Tennessee. Oh, no, he's definitely making the roster. Yeah, 100%. Dennis Kelly is good. Like, Dennis Kelly has had a couple injury issues, but he is an older vet. He was on the Eagles since for 3 years? 2014 to 2012 to 2015. He was with the Philadelphia Eagles. Only had like 15 starts, I think, in 3 years. But since he left, he's become a really good player. I remember when he left, and I was like, "Oh, Dennis Kelly." I used to call him the Undertaker because that was his nickname, the Undertaker, because he looked like the Undertaker with the long black hair. I think, he's definitely a lock. There's no doubt. I think. Between your offensive line right now, I think Driscoll's a lock, Tyler Steen's a lock, Juergen's a lock, Dennis Kelly's a lock. Sills could be a lock. Who else? I think they probably keep six offensive linemen most likely. I think the last guy, I forgot the other guy that was with the Eagles. I keep forgetting I forgot his damn name. Jay DeDrumma says Swift, Hurts, and Goddard stats prediction. What's your opinion on seeing Penny Swift and again in the wishbone? So Swift, Hurts, and Goddard stats predicts. I think Swift can have over 1,000 all-purpose yards between his catching and running with the football. And if they're not going to run with him that much, from what it sounds like, I feel like he will get 1,000 yards just from being all-purpose between catching and running with the football. I think Hurts will have over 4,000 yards. I think he'll have 36 to 38 touchdowns this year. Maybe 4 to 5 picks for the season. Maybe that. So, Goddard would have had 1,000 yards last year. I think this could be – Goddard's got to stop getting in those situations where he gets hurt for a few games. And I know last year really wasn't his fault. We got screwed in that Washington game. First it was the face mask call, and then it was obviously – Jalen Hurts did a great job in that game. I mean, he kept us in that game, and everyone else and the team failed him. Quez Watkins failed him on that fumble, getting up on the reception, not getting touched and fumbling it. I mean, and then Goddard got face mask one-on-one in open space where everyone could see it and never got flagged for it, fumbled the ball. Obviously fumbled the ball because his neck was getting turned into was getting twisted around. Tommy says, I'm starting to believe Barnett is still only on this team because Howie's trying to justify picking him in the first. Barnett should have been gone. Yeah, I feel like he just added another pin, to his Army uniform. I feel like that's why they kept him. Like, oh, look, I signed a first-round pick past his first year's, past his rookie contract. You know what I mean? That's why when you can get a first-round pick to a second contract, it makes you look really good. But I'd say, like, I understand why they're keeping him, but this is the reason why and how, because really the last 2 years, like, we weren't seeing him play. We weren't really thinking about him and things were going very smoothly, but he's back and look what happens, Easy says, do you believe in Kavon Wallace? I mean, I always support Kavon is just the guy he's been injured a little bit, over the past few years. He talks way too much. I think he was one of the biggest, he tried to portray himself as Brian Dawkins and taking, he made himself look too, he talked way too much about himself. He just really had to match that with really playing, match his play a little bit. And I feel like maybe they're getting the best out of him. Is it going to be enough if he plays lights out as a starter this year? So we'll see. Load says Jalen will go off this year. Pause. Revenge tour. Definitely. Don said, I think Suopeta is a lot. Oh, yeah, Suopeta. I keep forgetting. Yeah, I think he is too. Left guard, right? I think he's played guard and tackle, to be honest. Chris says Barnett is only on this team and hopes they can have a second act. The Graham. Jada Drumson, I meant to say, imagine the Penny Swift and Gainwell in the wishbone crazy offense. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. If they want to do that, that'd be great. But I feel like if you want to take Quez out of the game and put in DeAndre Swift as a receiver and really, focus on some mismatches with certain defenses, they want to see where they could find that weak spot at defense. And then putting DeAndre Swift as a receiver and then putting in another running back, I mean, it would be fantastic. Or two backs. They could do two back sets with Swift being as a wide receiver as well. So they could do a lot. He says, I'm excited to see the Georgia Bulldogs. The Philadelphia Bulldogs. John says, hey, Joey, how are you? Just got done with work. My jersey should be here. Yeah, so I got mine. Let me get mine, actually. I'll actually show you. I was going to do a video. I actually recorded a video, and then, yeah. Let me grab it. It's right here. So here it is, if I could show you guys. So, unless I still got the tags on it still. But, yeah, I got a Devontae Smith jersey. Looks fantastic. This is the $130 one. I have another jersey coming in from a subscriber that knows somebody from Nike. And it looks really nice. I'm going to have a captain patch on it and everything. But, yeah, this is the Devontae Smith. This is the $130 jersey. And, yeah, looks really good. I can't wait to wear it. Wear it 2 times this year. Why not? Or wear it any day. So, goodbye. I was really so the site crashed like 3 times. Fanatics crashed like 3 times. Yeah, it's nice, dude. It's really nice. I was really going to get a Jalen Hurts jersey badly, and I'm like, dude, I need a Jalen Hurts jersey. Like, it's really sad. Like, I really need one. I haven't bought a jersey in years, like a long time. I think the last jersey I bought was like a Fletcher Cox jersey, like no joke. I have a jersey with my last name on it, and that's the jersey really I've been wearing. So, Walt says I'm late, AF, but I'm here. You're good. Good choice. Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. JB says, still haven't heard anything about my jersey. Says it's still processing. How is it still processing? I would call them up. Call Fanatics up. Make sure you have your order number and just see what's going on. I would just call them. It's as long as you have your order number, you're good. And your first and last name, your address, and you're good. John says, I got Jalen Hurts and a Jalen Carter jersey. I want to get the Kelly Green jersey of Nolan Smith jersey number 3 because I played linebacker. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I think the Dallas Goedert jersey might be my next one. I don't know. The 88 looks really good. 88 looks good. Who got a DeAndre Swift jersey? I wonder if anybody got one. It just sucks because I think the number 0 looks fantastic in that jersey. But the problem is I don't know if I don't know if DeAndre Swift is going to be a long-term answer for us, contract-wise. So it's hard buying a jersey like that. John says, I want to get both Nolan Smith jersey, Hassan Reddick jersey. Sydney says, Dave, Z, and Ruben Frank said Sills looks good returning at guard and didn't miss a beat. Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of stuff's been going on with him, the kidnapping and RAPE charges or whatever that were, he was innocent, obviously. So Nate says, my last jersey was Barry Sanders. Don't judge. Hey, dude, I'm not a big fan of buying expensive jerseys. I have a surprise jersey coming in from a subscriber that he's sending to me. And it's like and I think it's an all stitched official. Like it's got a captain's patch on it and everything. Like it's really, really nice. So hopefully my allergies have been really bad. Make sure I'm not missing anything here. Barron says, you think Desai will mainly run in 3-4? I think he's going to run. I mean, he did some 5 fronts today. He did 5. He did what? Who did they use today? I had my notes. I don't know. I know they ran a 5 front today with the defensive line. So I think he's trying out a lot. I think we're going to be running multiple fronts. I mean, that's what this defense with Gannon was supposed to be. Multiple fronts, disguising coverage, stuff like that. But you know how that worked out. Tommy says, I'm waiting for the stitches Kelly Greens to come out. Best colorway, no doubt. The 175 Fuse jerseys, I don't think they're stitched. I think they're like fake stitched. I don't even think they're really – those jerseys are actually stitched. I don't think they are. Walt said, my dad got DeAndre Swift, but that's my thing. Like I said to him, I don't know if it's going to be here long term. That's why I didn't get one. Yeah. If he got a new contract, that would have been a nice jersey to get. No joke. I'm hoping I really hope they like extend him. I mean, I know they can extend him if they really want, but if the price is right and they can keep the cap numbers low, I don't see why not at all. Do you think they trade Barnett? No, probably not. Probably not. JD says, not sure we have a baseball fans in here. Go Phils. Yeah, that was a great game. Great game. So he says multiple fronts keep them guessing. That's what I mean. Matt says, which safety would you want to see starting alongside Blankenship this year? Sidney Brown, probably. I think Sidney Brown's going to be a good player. You know what I mean? Was a Red Star player for the Eagles this year in the draft. That exemplifies himself as being a Philadelphia Eagle. His hard work, work ethic, coverage isn't that bad at times. He's a very physical player too. Like I said, it's very early, still early in the process right now. So he says Barnett needs to calming agents and maybe yoga. Barron says, I'd love to see Smith and Reddick on the field together. Yeah, he's playing with the player that he was compared to in the draft. Obviously, I know Nolan Smith is a big Von Miller, a Von Miller fan, but he said JB Gunning with Joey and 500 rants going to be epic when we hear roughing passer on number 96. Yeah, I don't even want to think about that, to be honest. I don't even want to think about that. Because you know what? Like, people got on my case today. Oh, you don't know the whole story of what, I'm like, dude, who cares? Who cares? If it's before the whistle, you're going to get cheap shotted. It happens. But when it's after the whistle, I don't care if it's just training camp, because if this guy never did this crap ever in his career, then I probably wouldn't make a big deal out of it, because since he's been doing it, these late hits after the whistle and like you're showing selfishness. You're putting yourself over the team. You're costing your team not to get off the field on third down. And it fucking pisses me off. It drastically pisses me off. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's just really annoying. Really annoying. I tried to rewatch a Philadelphia Eagles football game today, and NFL Plus doesn't even have games from 21 and 22. They took those years off, which, September 10th, we're going to be raising the prices for NFL Plus from $10 to $14, $15, whatever it is, Just nuts. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's going on, dude? EC says he got to go. We don't need him hired. No, we do need him. You know, we need to keep depth on the edge. He's got no value to trade. There's no value. Like, I don't get why people like trade Barnett. What are you going to trade him for? What's the point of getting a sixth, seventh round pick for him? You're not going to get a high pick for him. He's got no value. He hasn't played in 2 years, pretty much. He hasn't done nothing in 2 years. So what value does he have? So then he says, control your emotions in big time sports. Yeah, dude. I don't care if it's training camp or not. The guy's done this shit all the time. More penalties than sacks. I mean, that's how bad it was. How's Dak Prescott doing in camp? I'm totally through some interception. I know that Cowboy fans are getting really pissed because Dak has been the Cowboys are not talked good about right now. You know, there's a lot of I'm actually interested to see how offensively what Mike McCarthy does with that offense. Are they actually going to run the ball a lot more? Are they going to be pass happy? Are they going to get the running backs involved? You know, is getting Prescott, Brandon Cook's going to make a difference? I don't know, but. Walt says, yo, here Michael Parsons keeps throwing hits on Dak Prescott. How do you watch the games this year? Sunday Ticket. You got to buy Sunday Ticket through YouTube TV or Sunday Ticket by itself on the NFL channel on YouTube. City Family says Howie got something for. Yeah, but Rager has been. I think Rager's been a little bit. I don't know. What did we get for Rager anyway? I don't even remember. What were the picks we got for Rager? I'm already confused right now. Baramont says, wish we would have signed Ngakoue and kicked out Barnett. Yeah, I mean, it sucks, man. He joined a team that, is hyped up to go to the Super Bowl in Chicago with a lot of money's been spent on that team already with Justin Fields this year. He got $10.5 million for the year. I don't know how much incentives or how much he gets guaranteed, but that was the deal. Matt said the Cowboys are starting to turn on Dak and are realizing that he's not the best leader. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to take too much into like Diggs talking crap to him on the field, like everyone making a big deal about it. I love Shady McCoy going to Cowboys practice, saying all these great things about the Cowboys when he left before practice started. And it's embarrassing for them because the Cowboys media or the Cowboys, whoever's in charge of letting these big time people show up to their practices, and he just made a fool out of them, like literally made a fool out of them. I mean, I feel like when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, they're very good on making money and marketing. Like that's what they're good at. They're good on stories, and they're good at selling stuff. And Jerry Jones is an entrepreneur. Like that's what he is. It's what he's been for years. So JV said, I hope Sirianni and the coaches have very short leash on Barnett this year. No more extra. Yeah, no, they have to have a short leash. There's no doubt. Like there's got to be the guy has got to be reprimanded and not given a million chances to still go on the field. And because I'm telling you, if there is a game where he acts like an idiot, I'm going to be pissed. Then I'm not going to care if we release him and get him off this team, or he loses playing time and give more playing time to somebody else. That Donnie says Cowboys fans are freaking out because Zach Martin is also holding out. Yeah, I'm not. It's going to get done. It will get done, but they got a Micah Parsons contract they have to figure out soon. A Dak Prescott extension between this year and next year they got to figure out soon. There's a lot that they've re-signed a lot of guys. Cowboys have locked in some guys for the future. There's no doubt. Malik Hooker was definitely one of those guys. Malik Hooker was probably a very good safety for them because he was coming off an ACL and had a really good year, and he got a big contract. So nice, tasty contract for him. Chris says, Jerry Jones owns the Dallas football media. So he says, wish Shady bumped into Dak. That'd be cold. Rockdale says, they said it was a dirty block. Whole defense was up about it, just blown up because of the name involved. Yeah, I think so. And apparently everything's fine. But Barnett still did what he did. You know what I mean? It's not fake news. It's not like, I think because it's Barnett, it makes it worse because he's done this in regular season. Shady would make fun of Dak. John Joe says, why don't Howie trade Derek Barnett? I really hope LaShawn McCoy gets the job for undisputed. I really do. I think Skip and McCoy would be so. I think that would be a very, very good, very entertaining collab. No doubt. He's just Daniel Jones elite. Everyone Giants fan says it's true. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know what's going on with the Giants. The Giants don't even have a number one receiver right now. They don't even have a number one receiver. You pay your quarterback and you do nothing to your offense that makes you, I mean, really, Barkley's the only one I worry about. And their offensive line maybe got a little tiny bit better, but I still feel like, I mean, I don't think their offensive line's going to hold up this year. I still think Daniel Jones is going to get, there's some tape. They show Giants tape and they're like, oh, look at Daniel Jones. Look at this throw. He's in the pocket for like 10 minutes. He throws a great pass. And I'm like, dude, this man is not going to be in the pocket for that long. And then throws this like absolute dagger pass. Like there's some stuff you got to be realistic with training camp, but don't say like, oh man, like it was like I forgot what it was. The Giants had joint practice with the Lions, right? And it was like Kayvon Thibodeau and Penny Sewell. And Kayvon Thibodeau got through Penny Sewell, but he really didn't. He got blocked the whole way. And everyone's like, oh, it's a sack. Dude, like, took him forever to get around Penny Sewell. It's not a sack, dude. Quarterback's already running out of the pocket. It's not a sack. People make a big deal out of shit. Sunday ticket. You from Australia? Me? Or somebody else? Bryce says Sherman is on the show with Skip. So that's already been all right. So that's already been going on. So that's already done. I never saw the announcement of Richard Sherman being on that show. JB says, if you had one chance to give Mulata, Slayer, another player a chance at an offensive play, who would you like to see? I would like to see Slay at wide receiver. I would like to see a catch from Slay at wide receiver. I would like to see Mulata toting the rock, obviously, in the red zone. I thought Jordan Davis did that too. I would like to see Jordan Davis do that, to be honest. Easy says, Joey, have me dying. You funny when you rant. Dude, I'm just trying to be realistic with this team. Like, I don't even try to make things funny. I don't even think I'm funny at all. I just try to be realistic with it. Bob's Burger says, sheesh, you ever seen a platypus? What? I don't know what's going on. So we have a preseason game on Saturday. Not expecting a lot of starters to show up. Not really expecting a lot of starters to be playing at all. I don't even think Hurts is going to have a snap, to be honest. I don't think Hurts is going to have one snap in that game. I mean, would be great, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. Malcolm Jenkins was at practice today. Man, I miss Malcolm Jenkins so much, man. What a leader. Miss Malcolm Jenkins. That was a guy I could move and play every damn position when we needed. We didn't have the best corners in 2017 at all. We really didn't have the best corners in 17. Like, Jalen Mills was very but was serviceable. For the pick where he was drafted, he played fantastic. I think we had joint practices. Well, I thought we had joint practices with the Colts. I don't know why they said the Browns. Am I reading this wrong? The Browns? I thought it was the Colts and the Bears, but I could be wrong. That's what I thought. Obviously, the Colts perfect because Shane Steichen's coming back. Shane Steichen will be around, so that's good. Shane Steichen. That's a guy that literally was crying when he left Philadelphia, and the players are the reason why he ended up getting a head coaching job. Bryce Cooper says Jalen Carter got red zone touchdown in Georgia. Yeah. Oh, okay. I think I've seen that highlight before. Jalen Carter needs to be used as a fullback. That would be perfect. Small but deadly. Forte says meep, Devin Allen. What? I'm actually the punt return, kick return is going to be an interesting one too. I know punt return. It's been like Zacchaeus, Covey, Ward, Quez. Kick return. They actually have Rashad Penny at kick returns on the list. Actually, I don't know why. I know he did kick returns in college, but he hasn't done them since. So going to be interesting what they do there. Bob said, I think the offense is going to be a fast-paced, all gas, no brakes. Oh yeah, 100%, dude. It's a passing. It's a pass team first. You know, I mean, this offense goes through Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, and Dallas Goedert. That's where it goes through. You know, that's what's most important. His story says if Sermon shows out, Penny can get cut. A lot of people are thinking that right now. A lot of people think that if a lot of people think that he's that Penny could be a big cut candidate. You know, I don't know if I should believe it or not. EC says we need to worry about Sam Howell. Commanders are Super Bowl champions. I don't know what's going on with these Washington fans. Ever since they got this new owner, like they have hyped up their team so much. Like I understand, like it's a great moment for them because like shit's probably going to turn to normal with that team now. But I think they have a great defense, great defensive line. I think their offense is great. I think there's a lot of good players in that offense. They've just had an issue at trying to find a quarterback. They've never been aggressive to go get one. They've been renting these has-beens or whoever's been around. Jay says, who is your picks at running back? I think they'll have a traditional starter. Traditional? They should have one guy that's more of a focal point. Yeah. And for me, I think it's DeAndre Swift, but apparently they haven't ran the ball. They've been running the ball more with Gainwell than they have been Swift. Swift has gotten the ball past him more than anybody else, but as of running the football, I don't know if using Swift just for third downs, like, is that even true? The statistics are showing that Kenneth Gainwell is the starting running back right now because of statistics in camp. That's really it. But they're not going to show everything in camp. They're not going to give away what they're doing in camp. You know, they're going to be switching guys in and out. Rashad Penny barely has had any snaps with the first team in general. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different things that are happening right now. Yo, Rome, what's going on, dude? He says Swift going to go crazy this season. Dude, he's one of my favorite players going into this season, especially the new players. I'm actually more excited about DeAndre Swift than any other player, even our draft picks. I'm not even kidding. Like, Swift is like, I've been a big fan of Swift for a lot of years, a long time, for a few years, and what he's done. So I want Swift to – Swift's going to have a chip on his shoulder. Back home, Georgia Bulldog. It's going to be great. Duncan says, we have such an exciting team. You noticed last year, most of the games standing and no sitting. I love it. Yeah, that's how it always is. It's hard for me to sit. Like, I sit during a lot of games. Like, if I'm actually at the game, I was at the Vikings home opener last year, and man, like, that looked like a playoff game. I mean, I haven't been to a primetime game in years. I went last year, and wow. I was like, man, the vibe of like this new team like last year, just with all these pieces, man, it just felt really good. Bob says Kirk was their best QB since RG3. I agree with that. Phil says just got on Joey Ray to watch Gainwell, Nolan Smith, and Carter. Dude, I'm pumped, man. I am pumped as well. And I think, dude, Kenneth Gainwell has been fantastic. A 5th-round pick out of Memphis. Been playing lights out. So he says Nada is interesting, to be honest. Yeah, it really is. Like, when it comes to, I think they're going to have a guy make this roster. I think it's going to be him. I want to see him get a lot of reps Saturday. I want to see what he does Saturday night, but I feel really good about Nada. I really do. Hurts missed him. He actually started with the first teams on 7-on-7 today. He caught a touchdown pass a day or two ago, had a few catches, but today he was with the first team. Was with the first team today and got separation in the back of the end zone, and Jalen Hurts missed him. He overthrew the ball. He's getting separation. I think the one thing with Nada that, or the couple things with Nada that, I want to see more of him is, maybe he's not going to be the best route runner. Okay. And he's not the fastest guy, but I feel like he does get separation, knows how to get separation. And his contested catching is like really good. Tracking the football, very good. He's got strong hands. But like I said, the contested catching is where you could throw it. You could throw him in sticky coverage, and any radius you throw it to him at, that ball anywhere within where he is, he will catch it. And I think it's good. You said, if you could, would you trade Penny for Taylor if you could? No, would not. Taylor wants a lot of money, dude. He's not going to get it. We have to be we don't need to get a Jonathan Taylor. We have enough running backs. We just got to know how many we're keeping. So, Johnson, what time the game on Saturday night? 7 p.m. Eastern, from what I know. Bob says, "Now is the beast." Yossi Hayes, what's good, dude? Phil said, "I think hope you Swift a lot with dual running back on field with Swift. Oh, yeah. I mean, they were doing that during practice. They were lining him up on the outside as a receiver. Like, they could take Quez out of the game. They could put Swift in, and they can add 2 running backs, like a double. They could do a lot with Swift. Swift is going to be a big mismatch on linebackers. He's going to be a nightmare. And on top of everything else around him, somebody's going to make a play. Yeah, the defenses are going to have to play a lot of zone. You're going to have to pick your poison. You play man to man, you're going to lose. You're going to lose, man. It's going to be nuts. So I hope Nada could sneak into wide receiver 3. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. No, I think Nada he'll sneak into the Zach Pascal row as the Zach Pascal as a number 5, probably. I mean, I think Pascal was technically a number 4, but I think he will be the 5th receiver. So I think that's interesting. I wonder if I'm able to watch it. If you have NFL Plus, you should be able to watch it. You should be. If it's not in your area. Tori said, "What's the floor and ceiling for this team this year?" I mean, as in record, I think they can win 13 plus games, 13 or more games. The lowest, I don't know, 10 games for the year, but that's really, I can't even think of them winning only 10 games this year. I really don't. I think they get deep into the playoffs again. I think they have another shot at the Super Bowl this year. So, and that's just not me just being biased. I think they have the roster to do it, and I think they're actually better. And I think you have better coaching, defensively especially. Rome said, "What up, bro? Do you give your record prediction?" Yes, just gave that. 13 games, 13 plus, if more. Sounds like Jason Avant. Yeah, probably. Actually, that's probably perfect similarity, to be honest with you. Probably very similar to that, what Nada could be. Yo, Clark, what's going on, dude? Member for 6 months. He said, "What's up, Joey? Who's your dark horse star of camp, offense and defense?" Dark horse star? I think dark horse star. I think offensively it's going to be Nada at wide receiver. And I think defensively it's going to be Josh Jobe. I think it's going to be Josh Jobe. I think Jobe is playing high level. Even the really issue that Jobe has been really having, and even Bradbury said this on the press conference today, and said that it's really just mentally getting into the playbook and understanding things. And I think he's been doing really good. So Bob says this Addison kid is not. Oh yeah, Jordan Addison is really good. Yeah, so the Eagles are going to have their hands full, but you obviously have to do the same. The one thing they strayed away from last year, which I couldn't stand, was why wasn't Slay was not shadowing the number 1 receiver all year. He was for a little bit, and then they just kept him on one side, which I can't stand. They have to shadow him this year. They have to follow Justin Jefferson this year. They held him to what, 40-something yards last year? Kind of crazy. But we know what Kirk Cousins does in prime time. That's been the deciding factor. He's lost a lot of primetime games, especially when the spotlight's on him. Forget it. Nate said the guy wrote the whole article running 2 running back split or 21 or platoon or pro set. I'm missing a few. Benjamin says, "Yo, Joey, how many wins this season?" I say 13. Well, one more than you. I don't want to see any QB draws. Unfortunately, we're going to be doing them. So I understand why you shouldn't, because you have a good running back room going into this season. So you shouldn't have to do it. But this is another skill set of Jalen Hurts that a lot of teams have to, Hurts is another weapon within himself that teams are going to have to watch out for as well. It's not just the running game. It's not just these receivers and tight ends and Swift. It's really, it's going to be on him as well. So he's made a lot of plays on his feet, the last few years. Isn't there a preseason game on today? I thought there was 2 games on today, but I could be wrong. Not sure, though. But we'll see. Clark says, Job is cornerback. I hope they use Slay correctly. Yeah, I mean, I think Job is a cornerback. Yeah, I want them to shadow Slay all over the field. That's what I really want. Danielle Brown, what's going on? If you want to watch all the games, anytime you get Super Box Pro, trust me on this, you can watch all the games but are they like in sync with like live time? Or are they late? That's the issue with me. That's the issue with me trying something else, because if they're not like at the moment live, like what happens is when I watched something on NFL Ticket last year, people that watched it on TV are going to see it before I do on Sunday Ticket. So, which kind of sucks. That's why I don't look at the chat half the time. Only when the play is over, I'll look at the chat. Jamie said, thoughts on the NFL top 100? If you ask me, Bradbury got snubbed. He played more consistent than Slade throughout the season. Yeah, I think but I think you're probably right. I mean, snubbed, yeah, maybe. I think Bradbury had a very underrated year, no doubt. As coming in as a number 2 instead of the number 1, you know what I mean? So he was I didn't know how Bradbury was going to do last year. I was really excited about the signing, but I guess the Giants defense made him look really bad because he gave up over 800 yards before he got here. He gave up over 800 yards. He has been a Pro Bowler since 2020. I mean, really hasn't played that well in the past. But they got the best out of him, though. 14-3, I could definitely see that. There's no doubt. Phil said, I think our D starts every season very depressing. The offense carries until they gel. Lots of new people. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of immediate impact. I think Jalen Carter is going to be immediate impact. Look what he's doing at camp right now. Fletcher Cox is like, no rookie is doing what Jalen Carter is doing right now. You know what I mean? I feel like Nolan Smith is going to produce. Boom. I mean, yeah, it might with some players, it might take a few games. We might not see a lot with this defense. We're going to find out. I mean, literally, you have the first game against the Patriots at 4:30. Then you have 2 primetime games. You know what I mean? You have a short week the week after. Actually, I don't think it's a short week. I think it's Thursday to Monday night, right? Isn't it a regular game at 4:30 the first game, and then it's a Thursday night, and then it's a Monday night? So they actually get a little mini bye-ish type week. They get that done with. Because it does 13 wins get us home field advantage and the bye. I don't know. I think it really depends how the Dallas Cowboys play. I think really it comes down to the Dallas Cowboys. I think it comes down to obviously the Saints. I don't know. The Saints might have a squad, maybe. I don't know. Derek Carr plays great. I don't know. It could. Eagles could have clinched so easily last year, like 4 or 5 games before the season ended. Like they could have clinched easily and had so much time off and could have got a lot of guys a rest. But Jalen Hurts just gets hurt, and then they put Gardner Minshew into a Jalen Hurts system, and he was hard. He looked horrible. He looked pretty bad, to be honest. So he says NFL testing Eagles with the season's game schedule, but adapt and move on. Joe says our defense will be good from the start. Yeah, I think so. It might. And look, and even if it doesn't, if it takes a couple drives, I get it. You know what I mean? Like let Sean decide his juice is flowing a little bit. It might take a little bit. Yeah, Seattle's going to be good too. Yeah, you're right. JSN looks amazing, by the way. Looks great. And Minnesota with Jordan Addison to that offense. It's really just Kirk Cousins. That's Kirk Cousins last year in Minnesota. It's another team that can't get the quarterback position figured out, and they have really good weapons offensively. Their defense probably won't be as great. I know they re-signed Danielle Hunter. You know they lost some players defensively that they really couldn't recoup from, so their defense might not be as good as they were in past years. Clark says, I'm going to be at the Monday night game in Tampa Bay. Oh, dude. Oh, so you live we're home, right, for that game? I think we are. Are we home? I think. I haven't looked at the schedule in a long time. Joseph, I know the Bucs game is a Monday night game. Okay. So he says, Niners game will be epic with all that crying. I can't wait to go back to that game. 49ers are going to roll into Philadelphia again, and they're going to be all hyped up. And, I mean, that's how they got physically beat. I mean, they literally said they were – literally, before that game started, the day before, they said they were the more physical team going into that game. And not only were we more physical, but we literally put them in body bags. Literally. That's what we did. You know what I mean? If our quarterback, we've been through a playoff game with a quarterback getting hurt, and like I didn't make an excuse for it. Like Carson Wentz in the wild card game against Seattle, 8 plays in with a concussion. Like, what am I going to say to that? It wasn't fair. It was a crappy hit, but I didn't complain about it for weeks. Joe says, me to Clark, I got my tickets like 3 weeks ago. We got Stony Hawk says, what up, gals and pals? Football is here 1 month from today. 1 month from today, we will be watching football. So, Joseph, where are you sitting? You talking about me or talking about Joseph? Oh, the game. Like, I'm sitting in my house. What do you mean? Where am I sitting? Diane says, I want to see Milton Williams for a few plays this preseason. Got an idea of where he's at. Yeah, he's gotten better every single year statistically. He's been doing really well. He could play inside, outside. Kadavius Street could play inside, outside. You have a lot of defensive line who can play inside and outside, which is great. Few guys, which is good. You know what I mean? Brandon Graham can, Kadavius Street, Milton Williams. Charles, I like how we play Vikings week 2 again on Thursday night again. It's at our house. Yeah, I don't know what's with these matchups with the Vikings. I don't know why they like putting us against them. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I have no answer. I have no answer for it. John says there is Joey, Minnesota, and Minnesota and Seattle. You said, what up, Joe? You seen AJ Brown on I did not. JB says Vikings Seahawks played right now, just letting anyone know if they wanted to know. Is it on Peacock or is it it's probably not going to? Oh, no, that was only for the Hall of Fame game. Wentz got boinked on that play. Yeah, I was at that game. And I remember a guy in front of me was like, oh, my God, Carson Wentz got a concussion. I'm like, oh, don't. I was just hearing people talk. I was like, no, forget. People were on their phones on Twitter trying to find out what's going on. And, yeah, watching on Hulu. It's like games on Hulu. Joey's mistress. What up, Joey? Oh, man. These accounts. Yeah. So we're going to have the Philly Shakedown tomorrow night. Another Philly Shakedown Saturday night. So we're going to have 2 Philly. So we're going to treat it as if it's a regular season game. So we'll have a shakedown tomorrow night, a shakedown Saturday night. So we're going to be busy live streams, videos. I'll be live streaming the game. Obviously, if you want to jump in for a minute or two or just say hi and leave, hey, I'm all good with it. You know what I mean? All good with it. AJ got his wisdom teeth taken out? Really? Reb says, in your opinion, we cutting Street or a Jomo? I would probably say a Jomo, to be honest. A Jomo has actually not had a bad camp either, but I think Street is just better. I think he's just a veteran. He's just a veteran player that's just better. So Clark says, smash like a button. I appreciate so much, Clark. Yeah, there's 152 in the chat right now. I do appreciate everybody. So Tom we were supposed to do the Steaks and Shake podcast. Tom, we rescheduled it. He was busy yesterday. We were scheduled till today. I didn't really check Twitter for a while, and he had to work, kind of get in the way a little bit. So It's not his fault. Work just, sometimes life just gets in the way. So we didn't do this Steaks and Shake podcast, which hence why I'm streaming by myself today. Once the regular season is here, I'm going to be doing streams Monday by myself, and then the podcast on Wednesday with Tom, and then the Philly Shakedown on Saturday. So we'll be streaming a lot, probably 1, 2, 3, 5 times a week, pretty much. 5? Yeah, I think 5. Yeah. All right, Clark, have a good day, man. Hope you enjoy your day. Rockout says we're not cutting neither. It's X now, Joey. No more Twitter. I'm not calling it X. I don't care what it's called. I am not calling it X. Never will. Don't care. That's just what it is right now. Joseph, make sure you're in here on game day. I'll find you. Bar sounds good. Bar sound good. I'm excited for game day, guys. I'm pumped. I'm pumped already. I just want. I want. After we get through like 2 preseason games, after we get through like this preseason game on Saturday, we're really gonna want to see that. We're gonna want this season to start. We're gonna want this whole thing to start very easily. So, yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles, my friend. We're hoping to have more when it comes to the competition at cornerback, linebacker, safety, the back end of our roster for preseason, which we'll definitely see a lot more in these games. I know Nick Sirianni's not big on preseason. He's more big on the joint practices. So, Easy says, what with Carson wearing 3 teams? Oh, yeah. So Carson Wentz put out a picture of him, says, a quote. It said, in the lab. He had an Eagles helmet on. He had a Washington practice jersey on. He had Colts shorts on. I guess to signify that what's his future in the NFL right now. I don't know who would, guy's a joke. That guy is the biggest joke. He is probably one of the worst, probably one of the biggest falls in Philadelphia when it comes to a player. I think he's one of the biggest quick success and just fell down in history. Not even kidding. I mean, I'm not even joking. By the way, make sure you guys like the stream. If you guys have it, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well for more updates on the Philadelphia Eagles. I came out with a training camp video today pretty late. Tomorrow, who knows about practice? What's going on tomorrow? Does anybody know? Are they having walkthroughs? They're not practicing tomorrow, are they? Are they practicing tomorrow? I'm kind of interested to what's going on. I honestly don't know what's going on. Wish I knew what was going on. Walkthrough, kind of sad. Wentz never got past it. It's a lot more than that. It's. I mean, he got. You understand? The guy's got 2 other chances. He had 2 other chances. He got a Colts roster, a very good Colts offense handed to him on a silver platter. Then he goes to Washington, a really good offense held literally in front of him on a silver platter. JV says too, it's a green practice tomorrow. They're treating it like a game week. So what does that mean? Yeah, they have to travel tomorrow, so it's probably gonna be a closed practice. Not to the the media won't be there. Easy says, you ready for Barnett rants? I know I'm. Where's that? Me and I remember we were on stream. Me and Philly I was streaming one day during the free agency period last year. I remember we were talking. He wanted to join the live stream just to talk some things. And I remember like Barnett got that 2-year deal. Barnett got that 2-year deal when me and him were on stream. I thought it was so fun. If I type in my name with Barnett's name, I have so many videos on here talking about Derek Barnett. And it's the funniest shit. Let me actually play. We're gonna have fun. It's 10:40 at night. I have nothing else. I mean, I always have stuff to do. I'm working on another YouTube channel right now. I almost have 1,000 subs. I'm getting there, but I'm working on another YouTube channel right now. I've been working my tail off on. Let me see. I want to try to play this. How do I do this? This is gonna be funny. The channel here. I'll put it now. I want people. I don't announce it on my new channel on here because it's all horror news and stuff. So if you're interested, just say I'm interested in the chat or press 1 if you're interested in subscribing to the horror channel. If you're actually gonna watch, like, don't just. I just don't want sub numbers. I want people that are actually gonna watch and are interested in it. That's all. So if you're interested, just press 1. I'll put the link down for it. You know. Let me see. All right. There's a link for the channel. It's right there. Okay, here I'm gonna play the video. This is gonna be funny. I haven't shared a video on here in so long. Let's see. Bro, how do I do this? Oh, here we go. Share tab audio. Here it is. I watched the alternative news on the world. Here we go. This is when Derek Barnett got signed, like at that moment.
Rumor, did you hear the other rumor today?
What?
That Derek Barnett may be coming back?
No, I hope not.
There's rumors that Barnett might be coming back. Why? Because nobody wants him. You know, we got through the rookie contract. He's still on this team in his second contract. I mean, Derek Barnett is trash. I'm sorry, he's trash. Jabu went out. Everything has got hurt. Everything's been
fucking no. What? I didn't read that. Oh my god. All right. You relax. You've been a good spot right now. You relaxed right now.
We got Parker.
I love doing that to Philly. What I like doing to him is like when something breaks that I know he's not gonna like, or maybe he's going to like. I always say, "Are you ready for this? Are you ready?" I always try to do that to make him nervous. He gets so nervous. He gets so nervous all the time. Right now,
we got Parker. We got Parker.
It's worse. It's worse.
What could be?
They re-signed a player back.
Oh fuck, man! Get the no. They did. Yeah. Derek Barnett is back. What a loser this guy is, man. He's back. Guy stinks. He sucks. Shit. Why is nobody wanted him? He's fuck. I fucking hate this shit.
2-year deal.
Oh, what a shit move that is.
I don't know.
That is a shit move. Listen, nobody wants Derek Barnett. That's why he's back with us. Now how he's going to be like, well, we got him back. Drafted this guy in the first round. Now he's back, and he's ready to play again. So that's shit, dude. That can't be real. I think they're fucking with it.
It's not.
Oh, it is. It's confirmed.
It's confirmed, bro.
I just broke my phone.
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best way to make money on Amazon is not with physical.
That is funny, my friend. That is funny. Happened right on stream. It's just weird, like how things happen the way they happen. You know what I mean? It just happens like that. It's like, dude, really? That's crazy. Can you drop the link for the original to the original video? Sure. I'll drop the link real quick. I had to retype it in because I got rid of the there we go. There we go. Imagine Barnett gets 10 sacks, then wake up. I think I have my reaction when we drafted him, and I really wasn't high on him when we drafted him. I was like 50-50 with it. I was like, okay. You know, Vinny Curry left for a lot of, Vinny Curry left. They ended up bringing him back. After he left, they ended up bringing him back. But I remember, I think I did a reaction to that as well. But all right, John. See you, man. Chris said Kenny Pickett's better than Jalen Hurts. I think Kenny Pickett's going to have a good year. I think Kenny Pickett's has a really good offense in front of him. I think the Steelers are definitely one of those dark horse teams this year. Better than Jalen Hurts. Good. I mean, two different type of quarterbacks, though. The one where you're saying Derek Barnett got to go after him hitting Brady. I don't know what video that is. If you got a link for that video, let me know. I don't even remember. It was during the game, obviously, so I probably don't have that saved. To Kerry Lopez, I like watching your and Phil reactions on AJ Brown trade. Yeah, that was a great day. That was a crazy day. Crazy day. Lone says Joey Marcus still talk about you and Philly, talk about what happened in the Philly shakedown. It's funny, dude. I thought that was hilarious. It's all good fun, man. There's actually a lot of people that hate the Philly shakedown. There's a lot of people that tell me, you guys are too comical. Like, you guys don't give me the news. That's just, we're not like, we're here to talk football, but we're here to have fun as well. And that's a whole nother thing too, that people don't get. Like, there's a business side of things, if you want to call it that way, but there's another side to it where, like, me and Philly are very good friends outside of football. Like, we talk about other stuff. Like, we text each other every day. It's not about football all the time. Like, me and Philly have that close relationship. We never pause. Brand picks Joey. I'll be at the Seahawks game. Oh, nice, dude. I hope you have a fantastic time. Really do. JV says, if you had to keep one player on the roster for their entire career, Wentz or Barnett? Probably Barnett, because I still want Hurts to be here. Because if it's Wentz, then Hurts isn't going to be here. Right? Matt, what's going on, dude? He says, remember when we still had Andre Dillard? I mean, Dillard was I didn't have an issue with Dillard at all. I think the Eagles ruined Dillard, to be honest with you. He redshirted he got drafted in the first round, 21st, 22nd overall pick. They redshirted him. They had Jason Peters here. I think they totally blew his confidence out. Remember, they threw him at right tackle those 2 games, and his confidence just blown out. And then he ended up getting hurt, which didn't help his case. But I thought they ruined Andre Dillard. I thought they totally ruined him. That's just me. I don't think they treated that situation right. So he said, this is before we actually started drafting well, and like we kept bringing veterans back, and that was the problem with us. Like hiring coaches within our organization, not going out and getting new blood, not drafting players from the SEC, like that. That's like the turnaround we've had. Tori says the Swift trade reaction is great too. It came out of nowhere. Yeah, that was a really good one too. That was, I mean, I knew we needed another running back. If we weren't getting Bijan Robinson, I knew we were getting somebody. You know what I mean? So he says 500 is still tight with Boss's mom. What? What? Matt says, I went crazy excitement when I found out we traded for AJ. At first, I was like, is this real? Because I was just in complete shock. Yeah, I was in the bathroom. I took a bathroom break when the news went down. And, like, I came back, and all of a sudden, everybody was saying AJ Brown in the chat. Went on Twitter, and the Eagles traded picks. They signed to a monster contract. We had our number one receiver. I mean, Devontae Smith is definitely a number one. I mean, at the end of the day, like, if it's between Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown staying with this team the rest of their careers, and I feel like Devontae Smith will be a Philadelphia Eagle the rest of his career because, number one, he's homegrown talent. Okay, he was drafted by the Eagles. He is homegrown talent. He's not going to want to play anywhere else. A.J. Brown's an interesting one when his contract is up just because Jalen Hurts will have a lot of say. And I don't know, A.J. Brown's going to think about himself and think about his family. I get that. But being best friends with Jalen Hurts is going to help him stay. There's no doubt. That success that he has and can't imagine having success elsewhere. Nina, what's going on? It says 2 games. Second game is on now. Vikings on at Seattle. Yeah, I haven't watched. I'm probably not going to watch anything today. I'm probably going to wait until Saturday to watch our game. I watched the Hall of Fame game, and I just wanted to just choke on a chicken bone because I was so bored. That game was really hard to watch. It was just like, damn. Yeah, it was like watching 2 monkeys fuck a football. I mean, that's what it looked like. Not that I've ever seen that before. Pause, but you know what I mean. Pure Ray says, Joey, can you say pick one QB to start a franchise? What QB would it be? Bias aside? As of like today's roster or just all time and to start a franchise? And if it's a quarterback, then God. Probably be Tom Brady, to be honest. In his prime. In his years of prime. New team. Unbiased. Philly Shakedown was great. Forget the haters. I've had a lot of... You'll be surprised how many people comment and say they don't like the show. Like a lot of people don't like it, surprisingly. It's not for everybody, trust me. Dane said, I love your 5 reactions to Gannon. I always had to check the cast when something stupid happened. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, that guy's a joke, man. Philly Shakedown was fun. I can't wait for the Eagles-Jets game. You have seen that, Joey? Stop capping. Never threw a football into the zoo. Lois says, Joey, do you watch something about Marriott? I have not. I'm never going to watch it, so... Nate says, even Bird's preseason is rough. The rest unwatchable. Yeah, I can't get into... I'm not interested in watching another preseason game. I watched the Hall of Fame game, and I was just like, wow. Like, it's just nothing exciting happens in these games. Obviously, when it's your own team and you know the roster... When you know the roster from practice squad, to a lot of the extra guys that are on the roster, it's a little bit more fun because you can get creative with it. I'll have my notepad. I'll write down stuff that happens in the preseason, and I'll get all my notes together to really see the matchups or even things that I did miss. A lot of people talk bad about it. I get comments that people are like, we should be more like, I mean, I don't get it. Like, we talk football a lot, and it's not like it's all jokes, but that's just how we are. It's just what it is, Like, we're human beings. Like, we're not like professional, shirt and tie wearing has-beens on an ESPN show talking stupid, just talking sports. It's not like that. As I remember, we were pissed when we get Howie drafted Hurts in the second round that he was drafted here, but I'm honestly glad it seemed like I've been working in our favor. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a fan of it. I wasn't a fan. I had Jalen Hurts going in the 4th round. I didn't have him being a second round pick, and I did not like the player. I just didn't like this. I just don't like drafting a second round player that wasn't going to hit the field. You just paid, you paid Carson Wentz. So drafting a quarterback, drafting any type of quarterback in the second round is gonna get you hot. Pause. Well, you know what I mean. T Puff says, tell him something about Mario as a horror movie. Yeah, I just got this shirt. I pre-ordered it a month ago. I have a few of them, but it's like a Nintendo type visual. Guys, if you want to buy me a horror shirt, it could be anything, and send it to me. I'm all ears. My drug addiction is buying horror shirts from Fright Rags, Terror Threads, Cavity Colors. You want to send some super chats this way for some shirts? Hey, I'm all ears because I spend like $30. They're about $30 a shirt, depending, $25 to $30, most likely. Philly with super chat. What's going on, man? It says, let's go, bro. I'm ready, dude. Extra large is my size. Extra large. Extra large. Anything horror. I don't care what it is. I'll wear it. I like Halloween, Texas Chainsaw, Friday the 13th. It could be any type of design that looks cool. I'll wear it. Small. What's your favorite horror movie? Mine's Evil Dead 2. You know what? I never really watched I watched the new one and I really liked it a lot. I watched the first Evil Dead. I never watched the second one. But favorite horror movie? Probably Halloween. Matt says, the thing is you guys are having fun doing the Philly Shakedown in the end. That's what truly matters. Yeah, that's what it is, man. Got to have fun doing what you do. You can't. It's not like me and Philly like talk and then we're just like done for the week and don't talk anymore. And we're just like very business-like with everything. We're not. I don't fucking care about that. Nate says there's some excellent horror out there. I just can't take the gore. Yeah, I get it. Trust me. Yeah, let's start up the shirt fund. City fan with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, trust me. Halloween's coming. You want to send me some stuff? I'm good to go. You want to send a few super chats throughout the month between now till October to buy some shirts? I'm good with that because I have a lot of shirts. I have some shirts that are brand new. I probably never even wore, but Nate says Shakedown is a shit. No, I appreciate it so much, man. T Puff says Terrifier 1 and 2 were great. One of my favorite films. Terrifier 1 and 2 were fantastic. Matt says you guys find crazy, but I've never watched a single Evil Dead movie. Dude, I'm not surprised. I watched the first one a long time ago, so I really didn't watch all of them. I didn't even watch the newer one from 2014 before the one we just got. Heard of them, but never watched them. Dave says, Joey, have you ever been to Halloween Horror Night? No, I've always wanted to go. I went to Disney 2 years ago for 9 days during Christmas time, like November. I had a really good time. I stayed there for 9 days, had a really good time. I've always wanted to do it. I've always wanted to go badly. It's just, sometimes it's just hard for me to get down there. That's all. Would love to go with a bunch of people and chill out, Christian, hey, Joey, Cowboys fan. What's going on, Christian? How's it going, bro? He wants his Joey Shake 72500 podcast best. We should be having a lot of Philly Shakedown merch coming out. My site, I'm going to have it. So right now, I'm having a merch store that is created right now. It's not done yet, but I will have a merch store with a lot of crazy designs, sort of like what I wear with my character on it. And I have some things brewing right now. Now, everything's not done with this room yet. Like, I'm still waiting for some things to come in the mail. So a lot of the background is going to be different, and some of the stuff for the streams, I've already gotten some new alerts and some stuff that I had somebody create. So D says Matt Weeks wouldn't be surprised seeing a Playboy mag. Freddy Krueger and his claws. Hell yeah. Joey Shakes, Joey, you have to go to Scarowinds too? What is that? Dennis, did you ever see the movie The Night Flyer? Is Stephen King? It's good. I don't think I have. No. Cannibal movies? Yes. The worst one, Cannibal Holocaust. Pretty much, I'd say the 3 most gory films I've watched. The first 2 I probably will never watch again. The first one I'll never watch. The Serbian film is probably the most. It's a movie that's really going to mess you up mentally for like a day, like, because it's really bad. I've only watched it once and probably will never watch it again. The Serbian film, Cannibal Holocaust, is the second one. It's pretty bad. Terrifier 2 is probably one of the most gory films I've watched, but Terrifier 2 I could watch over and over again. But the first 2 are pretty crazy. Matt says, speaking of Terrifier, I'm glad you told me about it, Crow, because otherwise I would have never. Well, you know who told me about it, dude? My friend Derek told me about Terrifier. Derek told me about it. I used to see it on Netflix all the time for a couple years, and I never watched it. And he told me to watch it, and I fell in love with it when I watched it. He introduced me to that. I found that through him. So, Donnie says, have you ever seen The Cell with Jennifer Lopez, psychological horror thriller? It's too good. Jennifer Lopez is a good actress. I watched the one where she was like, I forgot, she's like a cop or something. Not the one with Ray Liotta. Ray Liotta, Jesus Christ, what did he do to himself in that film? That series. Matt says, and I'm so glad I did because the first 2 movies that came out are amazing. Yeah, part 3 of Terrifier is going to be 2 parts. JB says, if you had to make up a football team of horror characters, who would you have? Oh, I mean, I would have like Jason's helmet on one. I'd have like maybe like Michael's like face with like 2 like daggers going through the back, like behind him or something. Like, pretty cool stuff. Phil Lewis Super Chat says, watch Vision Quest movie, great sports movie. Yeah, I used to watch a lot of sports movies back in the day. Like, Remember the Titans is one of my favorites. What's the other movie? What's the other football movie? What's the other one? Oh God, with Booby. What's it called again? Friday Night Lights. That's a really good one. Draft Day is a good one. I'm trying to figure out what else is good, to be honest. I'm not really sure. Don't really know, actually. I'm not sure, actually. Interesting. Oh, wrestling movie. Never seen it. Your thoughts on Dean? Hey, he's going to be the starting middle linebacker for us. Like, he's been hurt. He just got back. So, gotta get playing time on Saturday. Oh, yeah, Rudy's good too. Yeah. Waterboy. Oh, my God. Yeah, I've seen that a million times. It's a great movie. Great movie. Jones says, since the first preseason game is this Saturday, who are you looking forward to impress me? I want to see Trey Sermon. I want to see the cornerbacks. I want to see Ringo. I want to see Mekhi Garner. I want to see Josh Jobe. I want to see Sidney Brown. I want to see Miles Jack, Zach Cunningham. I mean, there's a bunch of players I want to see. Oh, Gridiron Game with The Rock with Dwayne Johnson. That was great, too. Good movie. That was a really good movie, too. Totally forgot about that movie. Seen that a million times. Ron says, my man Joey, I see you out here grinding in the heat. Keep it up, brother. You're looking great. I appreciate it so much, man. I actually took a couple days off because I was so busy between training camp videos and work. So I was all over the place. Oh, Invincible. Yes, of course. Mark Wahlberg. Yes, seen that a million times, too. How did I forget that movie? Invincible's so good. Gotta watch that before the first. We gotta watch Invincible. I would love to watch a movie with you guys on here, like watching Invincible on here or something would be cool, but obviously can't do that because of copyright stuff. So JB says, nice to have hobbies outside of football on time. Glad you have a fandom in horror films as well, my friend. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. I'm getting there. I think I'm close to, I'm like less than 10 away from 700 subs. I just started, like, I made the channel last year and I worked on it for like a good couple months. And then like this channel kind of took over and I was just too busy. Now I'm really putting up a lot of content. We do like live streams, like the Texas Chainsaw game that's coming out next week. I'll be doing stuff on that. there's a lot of, check it out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want sub numbers. I just want people to actually watch. Like, that's, you know what I mean? And the one thing I don't want is having Eagles fans go, subscribe to that channel and then just talk Eagles on there, which I'm not doing. It gets me away from the Eagles and gets, I have other hobbies. So it's something else that I do enjoy. So it's a good thing, man. Sometimes I need a break from the Eagles, especially when I haven't took a day off. I don't think I've taken a day off the whole entire year. I was going to take a week off of YouTube like this past summer, and I didn't. Like, I haven't stopped at all. Like, the whole entire year, I haven't stopped. From last year, starting of last season till this year, I haven't stopped. But I'm really looking forward to watching. Nah, he's been balling out. Oh yeah, no, I'm pumped. I want to see what he's all about, man. Been turning heads. Could be our 5th wide receiver. Johnson's so happy football is back. I know, man. The program, never heard of it. You still walking? Yes. Running, jogging. Nate says Alien, probably one of my favorite. Yeah, Alien's very good. I haven't watched it in a long time. Dave said, Joey, HHN is awesome. I've been going since 2016. It's expensive, but worth it. I'll keep a lookout for some cool shirts. Hey, I appreciate it so much, man. I don't really have a mailing address right now, but, I just don't want to give out my address to a lot of people. Not to say anything's wrong, but I just, I need to get a P.O. box. Definitely. Appreciate it, though, very much. When it comes to horror shirts, yeah, I'm obsessed. So, Carlos said, by game 1 of the NFL season, Shake's going to look like Buff back. No. I'm trying to tone my shoulders, my arms, my chest, my stomach. I've already lost 21 pounds already. 21 pounds. I was 285 pounds at the end of last season. And then I was starting to work out a little bit in January, February. I was like not committed to it. I was doing it once in a while, but not really committed. And then like really a month and a half ago, I was like, I need to when I made that video when I was outside, I was like, I got to do something. So being healthy, I want to look great. I want to feel good about my body and look good. If I could do that, it'd be great. Joe, you could watch a movie on Discord. Oh, I didn't know that. I don't even know how to do that. I have 2 people running that Discord. If you guys haven't followed the Discord, definitely follow it. Let me put it in there. I have almost 300 members in there. It's been like past 300, under 300, so people end up leaving. But a lot of people, I join in there, do some video chats with you guys during the season about the game, so we all talk and stuff. Sometimes I'll do an open chat in there with everybody, so it's pretty cool. But I'll actually put the link for the Discord, and just join. It's great. It's great. Let me add that to the stream quick if I can. Hold on. Where it is? No. All right, here we go. That is the Discord link. Just make sure you pick your team, so everyone knows what, there's going to be Cowboys, Washington. Obviously, if your name pops up green, people know you're an Eagles fan. So Get Out was good too. Yeah, really like Jordan Peele makes some good films. I didn't watch Nope yet. But it looks good though. The Replacements, Any Given Sunday. Ron says, I'm invisible to one of those favorite movies of all time. I love Papali's story. Yeah. Matt says, yeah, nope, you've been grinding all summer long. Yeah, it's been crazy. Christian says, this year's Eagles team is scariest movie for me, boy. Nick has really turned you guys around very quickly. I'm looking forward to the season. East rivalry is back. Yeah, I mean, I want to see Dak Prescott versus Jalen Hurts in a game together. We didn't see that last year. We faced the Cowboys backup. We beat you guys. Guys faced our backup, and we almost beat you. It was close, but we choked. So that's how it is. But I'm excited. Somebody says, Daddy Daycare, a real horror. Joey, have you ever seen the Campbell movie called The Green? Oh, The Green Inferno is one of my favorites. Holy shit. Oh, Green Inferno is hard, man. The eyeball. Oh, man, that movie is crazy. Another movie my best friend Derek introduced me to. Yeah, The Green Inferno is, man, that is a tough one to watch. That's a tough one to watch. No joke. Andrew says Friday Night Lights, any given Sunday, Remember Titans replacements. We are Marshall. There. Oh yeah, Rearm Marshall's a good one too. Watch that. I only watched that once though. It was really good. It's also agree with you. If I'm not trading for Aaron Donald, I want to keep our picks for it. Yeah, that's why you draft Jalen Carter, man. Like as soon as you start paying for guys like that, that's gonna be the problem. That's gonna be a huge problem going forward. So. Philly fan says, congrats, man. 21 pounds is great progress. Keep it up. I appreciate it so much, man. Yeah, it's been good. It's been really good. Matt says, for me, I got to say my weight has been up and down, trying to get it steady at the right direction. You just got to be committed to it, man. That's the one thing. You got to be committed. I'm buying some dumbbells. I have a weight set in my house, but I'm buying some dumbbells. I'm going to be doing a lot more. And I'm going to be getting like a 100-pound vest, just like a 100-pound vest. 50 pounds, 100 pounds, just depends. Oh, no, it's Cowboys for Life. 17, getting his attention. Sweeping. We sweeping. What does YSH mean? I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. So maybe I'm just stupid, but I don't know what that means. Jacob says Dak was the leading QB to throw stop. Ryan says Terrifier 2 is pretty tough to watch too. Then he got the bleach and poured on the chick. Hell yeah, that was my dude. I was laughing in the theater. I was laughing because I was just that bedroom scene was pretty nuts. It was a pretty crazy scene. So Safe has said if your running back goes down, you're going to be a one-trick pony. Couch Life says, Joey, your team is one Super Bowl. You pathetic. Yeah, we're pathetic. That's why we're the better team, man. I'm not counting past championships. I got a dynasty team going on right now. You better hope Dak Prescott can do something the next 2 years because that's what's really pathetic. Doggett says, what kind of defense are we going to use? I think it's going to be a mixture of a lot of things, honestly. They did 5-man fronts today, which, that would be exciting to use. Cowboy fans must be let out of daycare. Jacob says, second in the past 6 years. I think Cowboys hasn't won since the 90s. Dude, they can't get past the second round of the playoffs. That's the problem. It's like the 76ers, bro. They're like the 76ers are like the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA. Pretty much. I hate the Sixers, man. Oh, I guess. Should the Eagles forge? This is an old video, EC1. Are these like old? Oh, man. Oh, I hate Derek Barnett so much. I like. Oh, God. Am I going to have to share this video? I don't know. We're in a mood. This is going to be the last thing I do tonight before I go, but thank you, EC1, for the for finding the videos that I can never find. God. All right, I'm going to share one more video. Derek Barnett. We're just going to hate on Derek Barnett. I mean, in all seriousness, guys, like I hope he has a really good year, but there's just things that just piss me off immediately because I have no patience for that guy anymore. Simply that. Simply that. All right. Let's check this out. Why? Eagles sign. All right, here we go. Dude, Mazzie Smith looks like shit, dude. He looks god-awful. Guy eats way too many cheeseburgers in the daytime. That guy is a fat lard. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, because I have no choice, but I do want him to be better. Like, I get it. All right, here we go. Let me, God, I always can't do this. Can we stop going backwards? Can we please stop going backwards with this stupid front office and this stupid freaking team? I was streaming with Philly 500 joined the stream. It was great and everything. And we talked about Derek Barnett, and then all of a sudden, like this came out. 2-year deal for Derek Barnett. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Okay. 2 sacks last year. 2 sacks. He led the defensive ends with 8 penalties last year. He had more penalties than sacks. A first-round bust, 14th overall pick, 1 good year, okay, and always hurt. And hurting us more than helping us with his stupid penalties. Remember when Nick Sirianni was on the sideline and saying it's always him? This guy always has penalties. What gave him an extension? This free agency has been a total waste. More flexibility, somewhat more cap, somewhat more draft picks, and still you go out and you're going backwards. They're not trying to get to a championship. They're not trying to rebuild. You're going half-ass backwards with a move like this. Okay? Like, what? Why? Like, didn't we learn from last year about Derek Barnett? I mean, what led to this? Obviously, Derek Barnett had no interest in free agency, which I'm not surprised. So a 2-year deal, how much, I don't know, hasn't been updated yet. So what does this mean now? It means that the Eagles are not going after edge rusher in this draft. One of 2 things is going to happen. Either the Eagles are going after a quarterback or the Eagles are going to draft a defensive tackle. Devontae Wyatt's on a pre-draft visit. Jordan Davis on a pre-draft visit. That's all I've seen so far as of right now. So take edge rusher off of the list. No more edge rushers are coming to Philly. But Derek Barnett, doubt if he's going to start, and I hope he doesn't. I would pick up Ojabo on a damn Achilles. Okay, I would pick up Ojabo on an Achilles and start him off of that injury more than having Derek Barnett on the field right now. Damn. Dirty enough that you drafted Derek Barnett. He had a strip in the NFC Championship game. He recovered the fumble in the Super Bowl. This guy has been a complete headache. A complete headache. And it turned out to be like a really bad day. But no, we're going to go after Devontae Parker, a guy that's descending right now, and they're going to throw us a bone and try to go sign him. Great. Awesome. You signed Anthony Harris back. You locked up a bunch of players that was really important last year. Okay, you signed Boston Scott back. They're not trying to go forward. They're trying to go backwards. This isn't a we're moving forward type move. He's going to be more of a situation. Like Derek Barnett's going to be what? More of a situational type defensive end? Come on now, man. This is horrible. This is horrible. He sucks. I mean, it's already enough. We're justifying these picks. We're justifying J.J. Arcega-Whiteside and Jalen Reagor right now. It's already enough. They're trying to justify those picks, but now they're bringing Derek Barnett back of what I didn't even expect to happen. This is just one of the worst off seasons, one of the worst moves. We had less cap, less draft picks, and we did more. We did more last year with less. We have more, we're doing less, and we're moving backwards at the same time. This guy pissed me off last year, and you know what? He's going to piss me off this year. And if you think that when the game's on the line, Derek Barnett's going to be some stupid idiot that's going to cause a stupid 8 penalties last year, led all defensive ends last year. Howie Roseman signs a 3-year extension, and this is what we get. This is what we get out of everything. I understand we had less cap space, but you passed up on Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, it's just, this was some bad memories, man. This freaking guy pisses me off so much. Pisses me off. He's looking at him pissed. Nah. Screw that. Take yourself off my screen. You don't even deserve to be on this freaking video right now. I can't even. Howie Roseman, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Like, are we going backwards? I really want to hear that. Like, I really actually want to hear this. Like, why? We're better off without him. We're better off being one defensive end down for a game than having him on the field. I mean, that's critical. I mean, that's how bad he is. We don't deserve this. We don't deserve this. They deserve this for making stupid decisions. Us fans don't deserve this crap. We don't deserve it. This is BS. You're going backwards with this move. You're not moving forward. You're not trying to build to another roster. I mean, what in their right mind gets you to pick him, to re-sign him to a 2-year deal? You paid this guy $10 million last year for 2 sacks. 2. I don't know, bro. This offseason's going to give me... And on top of that, we don't know if they're getting we don't even know what's going to happen. We don't even know the future of what's going on. We don't know the future of Jalen Hurts. We don't know if they're drafting a quarterback. We don't know if they're actually going to pick 2 top players in this draft with 2 first-round picks and trade one back. We don't even know what's going to happen. But this tells me right here it's going to be quarterback, or they're going to go defensive tackle for Jordan Davis and Devontae Wyatt. That's all I can really take out of this right now. So that's all I got to say, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Everyone's going to hate this anyway. If there's one person that like this move, I'd be shocked. Okay. If it's towards more like a depth piece, I guess. But he's just a cancer. I just don't want him here. He doesn't help us at all, period. He's not going to get a pass rush. He's not. I'll see you guys later. Man, those are some bad memories. God, Reagor, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Man, Howie Roseman got his 3-year extension, and we were fucking pissed off. God damn, dude. Oh, man. I mean, things turned around, but who would have thought? Who would have thought? Because I didn't think so. I didn't think so. We went from J.J. Arcega-Whiteside to Jalen Reagor to Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. And Jalen Hurts is our future quarterback. This is just nuts. It's just crazy how things change. It's funny how it worked out. I totally agree. Totally agree. See, if Barnett goes out there and plays well and controls emotions, will be upcoming tests, to be honest. I'm not looking to resign him after this year. I'm not. Like, I don't. He's not getting double-digit sacks. Okay, he's not. I don't care how good this defensive line is. He's not getting that. Nathan says we lost a lot of guys, but remember one of them was Gannon. So draw. Yeah. Controlled anger, like being a parent. It's like as long as he's not a drive killer, I don't care. But this pushback bullshit he does after plays, and like it's just a selfish thing to do when a game is on the line, and he's more like that's just the problem I'm having. What's going on, Jonah? Here says Rager isn't playing too bad tonight. What? What team is he? Is he on the Vikings still? I think so, right? Do you like Night of the Creeps or Suspiria? I don't. Night of the Creeps sounds very familiar. Is it like a low budget film? Minnesota versus Seattle. Yeah, I know they were playing today. I didn't know if he was still with Minnesota still. Remember last year, the second game, remember he had like that one reception for a first down, and then like he like was celebrating, and then like the couple punt returns he had, like he like didn't go nowhere. And I remember in that crowd, we were saying, Rager, you suck. And we said it really loud, and that whole place was going loud, like no joke. It's the best B-horror movie of the 80s. I love 80s horror. 80s horror is the best. The best. That was the prime era. Oh, man. I've had a lot to say. About that guy. God, that really annoyed me. So, okay, what is your early prediction 2040? Maybe they finally drafted decent. No, I don't think they're ever going to draft a linebacker high, ever. I think they're going to see what they have this year and re-sign somebody. I think they're going to re-sign somebody after this year. Or obviously if somebody's still on like a long, lengthy contract, then they're just going to keep them here. You know what I mean? Morrow's probably going to be gone. I don't know. I think Morrow's going to be gone. You have a lot of guys on one-year deals. Cunningham's on a one-year deal. Miles Jackson on a one-year deal. You know what I mean? Linebacker, there's nothing behind it. There's nothing long-term at linebacker besides Nakobe Dean right now that we have him for another 3 years, including this year. EC says Barnett vids 2023 going to be epic. I hope not. Duggan says killer clowns mess me up. I hate clowns. Killer clowns? What? Killer clowns isn't scary. Killer Clowns is a great film. And that they've been smart because they've only made one film and never continued it, which is probably better for them. Still very popular to this day. Very popular. Aaron says, yeah, practically non-existent after our game versus them too, but glad he's still battling. Didn't like how he talked about bad about Philly, though. Yeah, I got blocked. I got blocked by Jalen Rager on Twitter. Because what he would do every week is he would say these stupid quotes from the Bible. I don't know. He would say some stupid quotes from the internet. And then it's just like, then he blocked his comment section, his tweet comment section on Twitter. So people wouldn't your father was an NFL star. I'm not an NFL star, but your father was a football player in the NFL. Like you would think that this guy knows how to handle media, this guy was one of the most weakest minded players I've ever seen in my life. Jalen Rager against who? Doesn't matter. I don't know. Should have just called this the friggin' Derek Barnett hate stream. Jack Wynn, what's going on? What's up, Joey? How's hope you're doing well, bro. I hope you're doing well too, man. Hope everything's good. Barnett gonna be pissing off. Let's be real, Joey. We're gonna be saying bench. Wait till the Philly shakedown tomorrow when we talk about this. Just wait. Wait until the Philly shakedown tomorrow. It's gonna be a lot to say about this shit tomorrow. I'm not gonna be happy talking about Derek Barnett tomorrow. It'll be a short segment. Hopefully it's not going to be a 10-hour conversation about it, but I don't know. I hope I don't get too much with it. Days of Killer Clowns also supposed to have a game coming out. Yes. There's going to be there's a Killer Clowns video game coming out. There hasn't been. They're going to have updates in August on it. It was supposed to come out early spring, and then they pushed it back. They hired more people. The game is going to be huge. It's getting so much attention. Texas Chainsaw Massacre game comes out in 9 days, technically. Well, 10 days actually. Matt says, to be honest, I don't know how Rager's playing now. Just glad he's no longer a problem. Exactly, dude. Exactly. No longer a problem. My back is itchy. There's a few real-life clown serial killers from memory. What, like Gacy? I think the only clown killer I know is Gacy. I mean, he wasn't purely a clown the whole time, but he dressed in a clown outfit. Jones, did you watch Miles Jack press conference? Crazy that he's going to be for plumbing school, and Eagles call him the story for him. Yeah, dude, he was trying to go to trade school. Like after like Pittsburgh, he was pretty much like, if I'm going to get 1-year deals, a lot of players think when they start getting those 1-year deals, it's when like your career is going down the slope. And with Miles Jack now, was going to go into trade school to be a plumber or whatever. Electrician, but I'm happy for him. I think he's got a lot of talent. I think the Eagles have got to pull it out of him. Got to thank Budda Baker too, because Budda Baker was one of the guys that got him to work out. I think he was very down on himself after that Pittsburgh year. He was like calling it quits almost, and I think Budda Baker like pulled him out of it and pretty much forced him to work out. And like, you never know when your number is going to get called. You never know, and his number was called. No doubt. What happened to Travis Fulgham? I think he went to Denver. I don't know where he went. I thought he went to Denver. I could be wrong, though. Or was that Alex Singleton that went to Denver? I don't know where Travis Fulgham went. I thought he went to – I don't even know where he went. Does the Jenkins have thoughts on our safety depth? I saw that he showed up to practice, but I don't know if he said anything at all. I don't know if he actually said anything, so I'm not really sure. Thanks, Sega. Wasn't Travis Fulgham playing decent? Yeah, he was playing after the 49ers game is where it started. He played good for what, like 8? What was it, like 8 weeks? What was it, 4? I forgot how many weeks it was. He had almost 500 yards in like 4 to 5 games, something like that. Like he was looking like, this is when we were desperate on getting a productive receiver. And finally we thought we had one. He is still a free agent. I know he went and signed somewhere and then he must have not lasted. Nate says Buddha still a sore subject for me. Yeah, I get it, man. He got a raise from the Cardinals, and he just decided to stay. He was liking all the Eagles stuff, like everybody, Hassan Reddick's post, like everybody's posts. He was talking good about Nick Sirianni and the coach that he is. Like he was saying all this great. Well, let me tell you something. Don't think that Howie's not fishing around for a safety right now for a trade. The Eagles are slated to have 11 to 12 draft picks next year, plus compensatory picks. Okay. Eagles are going to have a lot of draft capital next year. The Eagles are going to have a first-round pick. They'll have 2 second-rounders next year. they got picks next year. They could easily move into the first round again. The next year's draft is still going to be interesting too. I know having 2 first-round picks is nice, but having 2 seconds is pretty damn good too. It's a lot of ammo. It's a lot of ammo for trades. Milton K says, Joey, what's your hard channel called again? It's called the Late Night Massacre. I'll put the link in. I've been doing a lot of videos on Saw 10. A lot of videos. So, a lot of them. No joke. But I only want people to subscribe if they're actually going to watch. I'm not talking Eagles on there. This is a strict channel for horror stuff. I don't want sub numbers and no viewership. Like that's where I get like, you know, people just sub up the channel. Like I'm not having people sub up if they're not going to watch. You know what I mean? I get it, but that's how I am. Like I didn't even really want to tell anybody it because I feel like people are just going to sub it up and just be like, oh, here's a sub. You know, I'm really into getting that thing, building that thing up. Because I want to do something else besides I've been doing Eagles content since 2016, you know, year after 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 it's you know, after a while it's still fun, it's still great. It's just I want to do different things. I want to branch out and do different things with myself, you know. Hold on. We just hit over 700 subscribers on that channel, which is pretty good. So it's horror content. It's fun. We have a good time on there. You know, it's grown. I mean, I literally just started doing videos like a few weeks ago, and it's growing. I already got like, I mean, a few videos did really well. Like one video almost hit like 6,000 views. Another one hit like 2.3. Some of them are hitting like 2K. So they did for a small channel. It's been doing pretty well. It's been doing pretty well. I think the channel is turning out pretty well. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming Texas Chainsaw in there with with all of us playing. Obviously, we're gonna be streaming that and having fun with that every night. So it's gonna be kind of crazy. You know, I have to do content. I got to do content for it. You know, I've been doing double duty with this channel and that channel. I can't do a third channel on something. So this is the only 2 I could really do that could fit into the schedule. Birds and Horror, my favorite things. Definitely going to keep up with that channel. I appreciate it so much, Milton. Yeah, dude, the videos are great. Videos are excellent. Awesome. So I don't know. I could do an example. I actually have a new video that I need to do a thumbnail for. It's already done. I just have to upload it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been doing, my Saw videos have been doing really well. Like I just watched like all the Saw movies recently. I've been watching them one by one. I'm going to watch them again and again because I absolutely love them. I do trailer reactions, fan film reactions. I'm going to be starting up my horror live streams of games on PC with a bunch of friends. Since I have a better computer now, everything will look a lot more crisp. You know, have you seen Hereditary? No. Jacob says, I'll watch every video after the stream. I appreciate it, man. Oh, Dead Me? Oh, hell yeah. They're my favorite channel to watch. Yeah. They're my favorite channel. I love watching the kill counts. Love them. I've been watching that channel for a long time. I watched them. We watched the movie. You know, I'm a big fan of Star Wars, a huge fan of Star Wars as well. Can't wait for Saw X. It's going to be really fun and awesome. Yeah, I'm pumped. It's going to be over a 2-hour film. And Tobin Bell coming back, and like it's going to be an emotional film. We're going to be seeing like 2 sides to Tobin Bell, obviously John Kramer and Jigsaw, and it's going to be like an emotional roller coaster. We're going to see like the humanized side of John Kramer, and then we're going to see like him go off, which is going to be great. I can't wait for it. Barbarian's really good. Yeah, Barbarian's great. Great. Now I'm supposed to go to a horror convention in Connecticut next month. I'm pretty excited about it. Kane Hodder from Friday the 13th is going to be there. He did Friday the 13th part 7 to 10. And I want to get his autograph. I'm probably going to be paying a good amount of money just to get an autograph and have him sign some stuff. So to meet him in person, I might have that in video. I'm going to definitely have that in video. No joke. So Saw in outer space. Yeah, that'd be funny. They haven't gone that far yet. Yeah, Jaws is great, man. Of course, I've seen Jaws. I haven't watched it in a while, but I've seen Jaws. Tomahawk, I don't think so. I think I remember the trailer for that, to be honest. I think I remember. So, but yeah, I mean, that's what I do. I do both channels. Sometimes I need a break. Sometimes I need a break from the Eagles. Like I need to usually after a game, whether we win or lose, I always I have to wind my brain down. I can never go to sleep after a win or a loss, like after watching a game. Sometimes I need to wind down a little bit and either relax, watch a movie, watch something else, do something else, put my mind on something else. You know, it's nice to have that little, sometimes it's nice to just do different things. So, speaking of heart, which convention you going to? This is my second channel, the link right there. Matt, which horror thing you going to? We might be going to the same one, actually, if that's the case. If it's in Connecticut. When's what, Duncan? Mecha Elon, Godzilla vs. Mecha Elon. Can't wait for that movie, too. I'm pretty pumped about that as well. Well, yeah, we've been streaming for 2 hours and 31 minutes. We were supposed to have Tom on today, but he had issues with work yesterday. He had issues with work today, so he messaged me and said he wasn't able to go. So hopefully next week will be good. We'll have shakedowns tomorrow and Saturday. Tidewater Horror Convention. Tidewater. Virginia Beach. Interesting. So we're going to have Bill Diamond will be there, Linnea Quigley, Mark Dodson, Felicia Rose. She did summer camp. Summer camp's really good. Tony Morin did some of the Tony Morin did some work on he did some stuntman work for the Halloween movies. Spencer Wilding played the Darth Vader in Rogue One. That's pretty cool. Luciana Jenny, Donnie Yesso, Oliver Robbins, Poltergeist, Cherry Curry, The Runaways, Richard John Walters did My Bloody Valentine. Definitely watched that movie. Pretty good. Miko Hughes was the little kid from, oh my God, he was the little kid in Kindergarten Cop. He was the little kid in Wes Craven's New Nightmare. He was the little kid in Pet Sematary. Autographs are $40. Selfies are $20, and combo is $50. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, there's a couple high celebrities there. Not bad. Not a bad thing to go to. If you're not interested in autographs, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like me, I've been wanting to meet Kane Hodder for years. All right, Donnie. I'll see you later, man. It's just, do you watch all horror like Lily more gore slasher kind of stuff? Yes, I watch like the extreme stuff. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I know we went off topic, but you know, I like to go off topic on shit. You know, hang out, be human beings. You know, football is football at the end of the day. You know, so if you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe if you're new. Like the stream if you guys haven't. It does help the channel a lot. Helps it out tremendously. And yeah, we'll be back with the shakedown tomorrow, live stream tomorrow on both channels. On this channel tomorrow, we'll have a shake. We'll be streaming the game on Saturday. So I will be streaming the game on Saturday, and we'll have a post game. We will have a post game shakedown Saturday night on the channel, and we will have a video out Saturday night on the game. So yes, definitely a lot to go over, and very happy. So, all right, you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you on the next one. Milton says, thanks for the live stream per usual. Thank you so much, Milton. Appreciate so much, Logan. Maxi Pro, see you, Joey. Have a good one. I love your content. Thank you so much, Maxi. All right. Matt says, so this man have smash like buttons. There's all the subs, likes, and views. Get off of it. I appreciate it so much, dude. Or JP. All right. You guys have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.